Hello. Hello. Hi. Hi, seriously? Holy shit, that's a lot of words. Let me check. Ice laugh, by the way. Let me read it through all of that. I don't even know what G Senju is. Let me look it up. What is that? It looks like a VN, I guess. The devil on G string. I have no idea what that is. I don't really read VNs is the problem. So I've never heard of this before. Like, honestly, I think besides some shitty visual novels I was reading along when I was like, what, 16, 15, I haven't read any visual novel in like a billion years. Mostly because a lot of visual novels are like visual novels with choices, right? Even back then I was only reading like short ones and shit because I really dislike when there's choices and shit. Because I have a purely completionist mindset and I just want to go back and do everything and anything and everything and anything. All of it, constantly. Which gets very tiring. Very, very, very much so. So, let me look up something. Okay, here we go. Let me start this shit. Let me start Umineko. Umineko is starting. Oh no, I missed one route, I guess. Only one important choice to be correct, I see. I don't know. It's never been my thing. I am too much of a completionist to enjoy most VNs. I always want to like save every choice and make sure that I always get like the perfect ending. Or not even the perfect ending, just the endings with an S. All of them. Every single one of them. So, let's start. Umineko. You don't hear it, but it's on. It should be on. There we go. Is an Umineko VN? It has no choices. It has no choices at all. And as I said, it's one of the few VNs I've read ever since I was like 15. So there's no need to be completionist when like completionist is just reading in order. You know? Get what I mean? Okay, let's start. Where were we? October 6th, that's 2 days ago. Yeah, here. We were right here. Okay. Gotta lower the sound. Here we go. Back down. I don't remember much. Oh, right. There was the display stand that she was looking at, right? All I can see is a normal display case. And then she started crying at it like she saw something incredible. Yeah, no, I do. I am a completionist. I can't play a VN without wanting to, like, read everything. which does have its problems as a result. And which is why Umineko is good, because I don't have to experience this. We still haven't seen like confirmation of all their deaths. I'm wondering if we're actually gonna see half their faces torn off, right? Wait, let me see. What's better? Is it better with the background for the chat, or without? I've been using it since the very beginning, but I'm wondering, right? What's better? Oh well, let's keep it like this for now. Test. Yes. Listen well. Once again, there was a call from Cross to the guest house, and the message was that Kinzo wanted to hold a test to see if the grandchildren. It's easier to read with the background. Yeah, but like, is it better to have it on, right? I don't know. Maybe some people dislike it. The message was that Kinzo wanted to hold a test to see if the grandchildren had the qualifications to become his successor. Whereas said that his successor will not be one of us siblings. He wants to pick from among his grandchildren. From Cross's restrained style of speech, Jessica realized, as his daughter, that was being forced to speak. Doesn't bother me. Good then. And she was forced to realize that the hostages were being exposed to danger even now, and that if they refused this test, there was a possibility that the hostages would be armed. But then, what should we do? Kill Gora and Kumasawa right now. Indeed. Hold on. Cross put down the receiver, then looked at the grinning Kinzo on the other side of the bars. Kinzo gave his next order. Before the test, those not involved must be removed. Gora and Kumasawa are there, I believe. It will be a problem if they interfere with the test. Banish them from the guest house. Nish, you say? There should be a gardening storehouse in the Rose Garden. Lock Gora and Kumasawa in there. We'll begin from there. Tell them to do it immediately. My weapons will be watching. If they happen to do anything questionable, I'll instantly stop the test and execute all of you as sacrifices. I understand. Hello, Jessica. Listen closely to what I say. Cross relayed the orders to lock up Gora and Kumasawa. What kind of test are you planning? It truly is a simple test. I want my grandchildren to show me their resolve. Well then, I wonder what kind of results they'll show me. Echo. Looking disgusted, Kiri watched Cross, talking with the children. I hate it, but for now we cannot refuse orders. In this dungeon, a feeble resistance won't amount to anything. If we provoke him too much and drive him into a position where he might kill us, there will no longer be any way to stop this murderer. For now, the only choice left is to obey his rules without agitating him, all the while waiting for an opportunity. However, if we continue to obediently follow his commands, the children might be attacked in this so-called test, and they might even lose their lives. Whether we feign obedience or try to resist, nothing will cause the situation to improve. Anyway, turning our eyes so that we don't let a single chance escape until the very end, it's the only resistance possible now. While telling herself this, Kiri watched over Cross as he delivered Kinzo's orders. Holy sh! I hate too fast. I rushed to get a taco, like a French tacos, which meant that it's very heavy on the stomach. And I ate that shit way too fast, and now my stomach is just messed up. Phew! Holy shit. Okay. Give me a second. There we go. Kiri, let us be patient. I understand. It's unfortunate, but all we can do right now is wait. If only we could do something about these bars. To be able to return to the mansion. If only we could somehow get out of there. I'll try something. Kinzo, I have a request. What is it, my friend? I understand well that you want to test the children. It is fine for you to do as you desire. Without your power, you assure me our family might have been destroyed long ago. I truly understand why you want to carefully select the person who will take charge. Besides, that is what the family conference is all about. We won't get in your way. Your insight is useful. That's right, this is the family conference. The final family conference. Where I will select my successor. I don't understand. If the ceremony is called off, then doesn't that mean Beatrice gets everything? Like, wasn't the entire point of the whole thing that if they could solve the riddle, then the curse that Beatrice put, where she takes everything, gets cancelled? No, but like, I'm asking from his perspective. I gotta understand from his perspective. Why would you do this? What's the, I need to approach this from both the magic point and the logical point, right? It's always the same. I've already talked about this. I can't just like shut my eyes, put my fingers in my ears and chant la la la. Don't hear you, la la la. Because that's not the point. So like, if he believes it, okay. So here's the thing, right? If he has a motive, we need to understand what he believes in, right? If he believes in something that could be his motive, we need to figure out what it is, you know? So like, what's his motive here? If the game, the entire point of the game, the entire point of the ceremony, Val, what's up? I am, hell yeah, based, real. Okay, so, sorry. There we go. So here's the thing about this. If he cancels the ceremony, then Beatrice will take everything. That was the entire point, right? So, what do you mean, huh? I've never read it. I'm not straight. My God, I'm completely lost. Okay, let me rephrase my thoughts. Right, if you cancel the ceremony, then that means Beatrice takes everything. So the new thing they will ask the children must be something that either still follows the ceremony, right? Or that he will manage to somehow convince Beatrice. Like, he'll convince Beatrice, yeah, listen, I know we canceled the ceremony, but I chose my successor and I want him. I'm guessing it's... Oh, maybe it might be something like... Yeah, I want the children to be able to withstand Beatrice. Right? If the whole point is to counter Beatrice's curse, if he finds one child who's able to go against Beatrice, then that could mean that his curse won't, you know, take place, right? Because that was the entire point every time. That, oh yeah, Beatrice is coming to claim the entire inheritance, including his children. And his grandchildren, just ending the family line. So if I can find one child who's able to stand straight, look at him in the eyes, or look at Beatrice in the eyes and tell her, fuck off, without dying, then that must be his win con. That must be what he's going for. At least that's what I believe. Okay, let's continue. And yet, Kinzo, it's far too cold here. Since we won't interfere with your test, it can take us to a slightly warmer place. Give me a second, can you... I'm gonna put up the Yumi Child episode 4. There we go. I want to write that down. Let me just... I want to move all of this down, right? Because this is not even related to episode 4. This is related to episode 3, so I want it to be away. Okay. Did I ever put this down? Okay. Let me just put something. The test he will give to the children is to determine if one of them can stand up to her and go against. And go against a curse. Here we go. I think I'm gonna lower the size, that might be a bit too big. Here we go. Like the first thing that happens when you start reading Umineko, she said not to think too hard about what's happening. And to just go with it. Really? They actually start with that, because I don't remember that. And I don't think I would ever follow that. I really love thinking out about this shit. It's good. I could just like close my eyes and... No, not close my eyes. Close my brain. Empty my brain and just read it. Be a casual reader. But what's the fun in that, right? That's the entire point. What's the fun in just reading a story and not trying to like understand it, right? When I'm reading a book, I like to think about the book. Books where you don't have to think, where you just consume them, are no different from like cheap margaritas, right? They're not good. When I read a book, I want it to like stay in my mind. I want me to think about it, what it means, and everything, right? I don't like when a book is just boring, I guess. Anyways. Will he manage to convince Kinzo? That's my question. And Nenjo's words. The slight signs that Kinzo's moods had been improving were blown away. Nenjo was struck with a moment's silence as Kinzo gazed at him with dangerous eyes, as though appraising him. The latest place is cold. Stuff on an old body. Master, wouldn't it be alright if we moved them upstairs? Why cannot do that? Are you naive, Nenjo? I think as though you'll skip this turn. You surely and splendidly advance your strategy. I'm not falling for that, you see? You're freezing. Then why don't I line the floor with red-hot coals? My apologies. The Gideon tried to help out. In the end, Kinzo would not comply. You're too sure obedient. If I like it, you could easily break these bars. Even if we break them, nothing will come of it. Of course! If you were to break these, it would mean the end of Goldsmith's game. All of you, as well as the humans in the guest house, would immediately become sacrifices for Kinzo's ceremony. But surprisingly, you two might be the only ones, yes? Perhaps only you two have the power to break out of this situation, right? You want to reach the Golden Land, don't you? You must have many dreams you want granted, right? Okay, cool. Ga, you mustn't provoke them. This is not your game. It is a master's as well as milady's. What is it, run of it? Oh no, nothing. We were talking to the prisoners. Forgive us. Yap sent one final sneering smile at Kanan, then turned away. Kanan could only bite his lower lip and shake his fists. What a loser. What a total fucking loser, hero. In this one, he's a loser. It's incredible. Damn it. You did well. Good job hanging in there. We're powerless. Because we're furniture. That's right, we're powerless. Whatever. Furniture is sometimes relied upon, and even loved. Right now, we've only been stored away in the basement. Maybe one day somebody will love us, because they'll rely on us. That's why, for now, let's ignore my provocation and bear with it. Okay. Father, I've ordered them to lock up Goda and Kumasawa in the storehouse. Very well. Hang up now. It's the sisters. Hope there's again children if they lock Goda and Kumasawa away. If they do anything suspicious. And in that moment, the selection test for my success will be over. Yes, hello! Oh. When Izumi's daughter, his two sisters appeared behind him in the line. Understood, sir. I will scout. 556 and 410 will cover both flanks. 45, you're in a wide area surveillance. 00? 556 is... Ah, that's right. Sorry. He was a good kid. That's why I don't like them, yeah? Good people. She's based, I love her. Okay, wait, no, I want it in the corner or something. I need to like... I've kind of fucked it up. I fucked it up because right now, right, if I do this... There we go. Okay. Now I take... I fucked it. I fucked it. Aww. Okay, well, I'll just put that in the corner and we'll edit it later. Lowers the size a bit. Here we go. You and that bunny. She's cool. I like her. I really like her. She's very cool. The other ones suck. Like the pink one is a bit boring, and the yellow one sucks. I don't like the yellow one. But the other one? Yeah, no, she's good. She's good. She's great. What are you doing, just assistants? Follow my order. My apologies, sir. Then let us go observe. Move out. It's just the sisters who raised their form simultaneously. What the fuck is this place? Okay, no, seriously. What the fuck is this background? Why are they in a giant cave? What is this? What are you talking about? What the fuck? I know they're not canon, but like, why is there just a giant fucking cavern with stalagmites? What do you mean? Are they in the fucking volcano? What's going on? They interpreted this as moving in and out of darkness in a way that only looked like their teleportation, and so could do nothing but rub their eyes. Well then, I'll begin the preparations for the test. Run away. Gap. I'm asking you to be examine us. Regularly, you'll watch these rats. After all, leave my furniture right here. Just in case, be on your guard. He glanced at Shannon and Cannon. Lightly closing their eyes, Shannon gave a silent bow and answered wordlessly, avoiding any unnecessary action. Where's Spelunking? Looking for diamonds. They should have died long ago. With how much Spelunky sucks, right? They should have been dead like fucking million years ago. It's crazy. Certainly. I'll be careful. Isn't this cool on your old body? Isn't this called art on your old body, Leah? Should I bring you a hot water bottle? Shut up! Go quickly! Gap! Well now, what a strange experience this game is to have a test and examine us. I do hope this development entertains, my lady. Arise, good attendant. Virgilia began to call out into the darkness, and from that spot, 3 massive goat-headed attendants suddenly appeared. Ah, Bito's minions. How convenient! Plus, they seem so warm. I see. So you use them instead of a hot water bottle. In that case, wouldn't sheep have been better than goats? You're the one there in Kashmir. They aren't very bright, but they faithfully follow orders and are quite dependable. Indeed, I'll leave it to you. My friend, Virgilia. The rest of you follow me. Is Virgilia a name that was given to her in episode 3? Or was that like the name she chose for herself before episode 3? Like, that's my question here. Was she always named Virgilia before episode 3? Because I know Bito is the name that was given to Beatrice during episode 3. That they never called her Bito before. And I wonder if like episode 3 actually happened in this scenario right here. At least to them, right? With dignified gesture, Kinzo flirted his cloak, following him where a relevant gap, as well as the 3 recently summoned good attendants. Hey, you first supposed to wait here with me, don't follow them. The goats jumped in surprise and came tottering back. Kiryu had been watching stunned as all of this played out, couldn't help but snort. What entertaining underlings. Lord Goldsmith did not give you permission to speak. Probably embarrassed. Virgilia had spoken coolly, but Kiri saw through that, and for a little while she couldn't restrain her muffled laughter. However, on the inside, Kiri was surprised at the number of people Kinzo had with him. After all, Kinzo himself, including Kinzo himself, at least 10 enemies had already been spotted. Yeah, and again, I don't think, even if Beatrice says there are no more than 18, I don't think this contradicts anything. The dungeon they were currently locked in was supposedly underneath the hidden mansion called Kuvadorian. Yeah, we know this name. Although this mansion had been whispered off, not even Cross had known of its existence until today. There are actually several facilities like this on Rokujima, where many unknown henchmen that only Kinzo knows of hide. Just so many humans are on Rokujima, locked away by the typhoon. No, on the contrary. Were we the only ones under the impression that there were only 18 people in this island? Or were we would be cared over whether Beatrice existed or not, and worried about whether a 19th person existed or not? Nothing more than the frogs and the whale on this island? No, wait. Not only that. By now, there are actually more people on the enemy side than on ours. What the hell is going on? Witches? Demons? Magic? Yeah, don't fall for it, Kiri. Are you telling us to believe in those? Am I screwed up or is it my head? I think I'm losing it. Mass murder by magic. Demons forming and disappearing into thin air. Setting aside the enemy's numbers, how should we interpret the various things thrust before our eyes that cannot be explained with the common sense of the world? Kiri started to feel like she didn't know what was going on anymore. Desperately battling the urge to abandon everything and give up. She grit her teeth, tried to hold on to her sanity. She's the only smart one in the bunch. God, I love Kiri. Obviously, Buddha and Kumasawa were quite unwilling to be locked in the Rose Garden shed, but they were threatened that, if they resisted, the hostage's safety could not be guaranteed. It was fairly odd to get them to agree, but once they started thinking that their safety might actually be guaranteed if the key to the guarding storehouse was to be handed to them after being shut inside, and when it was decided that blankets and food would be carried in for them, they were finally convinced. This place is pretty chilly. I wonder how long we'll have to stay locked in here. Could be as late as Monday morning at worst, so a full day and night. We feel bad about doing this to you two. Golden Butler cleared the space on the floor and spread the blankets bare. We also left the canned food, crackers, and other light snacks they had brought. It'd be odd for you guys to go until Monday with just this. If only we could make a trip to the kitchen. I'm sorry, but like, it's only 24 hours. Or maybe like 28. Yeah, they'll feel a bit bad, but not eating for 24 hours. I do that frequently. You don't die. They have water too. Like, they definitely do. They're in the Rose Garden. There's definitely supplies of water. You know? They said not to go anywhere we weren't told to. Sounds like we're being watched. I'm honestly sorry that we cannot be of any use. And these are the times that we're truly supposed to be at your sides. It can be helped. More importantly, take care of Kumasawa. We don't know what might happen. If the going gets tough, I'd like you to play by ear and come to the rescue. And more than anything, I want you to be safe. Yes, I understand. Please be careful, everyone. And now, the master is taking human lives like rare pieces on a chessboard. What? No way! No, that can't be. That can't be. What? This is the first time of it. Like, this is the first time I thought of it like this. A chessboard? Pieces? Wow. Please look out for yourselves. But I stared at the floor. I'm trolling. It's like the billionth time they said, "Oh, there are pieces on the chessboard." It's not that bad though. I'm mostly kidding around. But I stared at the floor, even though unable to believe what had happened, as I remembered that a trustee in the dining hall. He hung his head in shame at his failure to fully describe the terror. Thank you. Make sure you stay on your guard. You too, Kumasawa. And you all. Please take care as well. I don't have any idea what's going on anymore. Well then, I'll be off. Let's go, Butler. Jessica. Come on, you too, Maria. Ooh. Looking at the pitiful expressions on the imprisoned pair's faces, it got really odd to close the shutter. But we can't disobey. We're being watched. The shutter was brought down and locked. When George walked towards a small window on the side of the storehouse, that side, there was a small lattice window that could only admit light and ventilation. It looked like something from a jail, making the two of them seem even more pitiable. But on the other end, it would helpfully protect them from Kinzo and his subordinates. He opened the window and called out. Are you okay? You're in cold, are you? Okay. You've given us so many blankets after all. We'll wrap ourselves up, we'll be just fine. Wish we could have brought them a kerosene stove or something. They wouldn't have ventilation here. Yeah, they would probably die. They're pretty fast. It would probably be tough for them, but there's nothing we can do now. Hostages are being held against us. We can't disobey. Are they going to be killed by like having fucking like that one scene in Breaking Bad, right? Where there's a guy just waiting inside the truck, and instead of just what's the word? Instead of going to kill the guy and risking their lives because he's gonna shoot them, they just put the gas exhaust into the back of the truck and lock it. So the guy dies from literally being gassed, right? What if they do this? They take a kerosene stove, put the exhaust directly into the window, and then they're dead. The question will be how they enter after this, right? But how to kill them, I can see multiple ways despite them being locked. You know? Damn it! We managed to save Kiri and the rest somehow. Oh! They're gonna be the two who are close. They're gonna kill both of them. That would be the second Twilight. Okay, let's continue. They might be listening. Good, here. It's the key to the shutter. Indeed. I'll hold on to it. But I took the key, showed it to Kumasawa, and placed it in his own pocket. There's only one key to the guardian shutter. That key was being held by the ones locked up inside it. If the children had kept it, and had it stolen from them by some chance. That would do nothing but expose the lives of those in the shed to danger. But even with the key, the shutter could not be opened from the inside. Kinzo's demands were fulfilled this way. However, there was no longer any way to open the shade from the outside either. This protected them. Kinzo had ordered them to be confined. There could be nothing but trust that this cold, closed room would protect them. Yeah. Jessica watched this while holding Maya's hand, then looked over the thickets in the pitch-black rose garden. Somewhere in this darkness, somebody was hiding, watching to see whether we obeyed orders or not. Of course, when we pointed our flashlights at Bear, the suspicious silhouettes appeared. But somebody was sure to get there, hiding and watching. Just try and spot the bunny ears. Like, this might be weird, right, to focus on. Like, if you just look in the bushes and everything, don't assume it's an actual rabbit. It might be a rabbit girl. Don't forget that, children. That's important. I was hit many times with an urge to scream at them, but I was able to hold that urge back for a reason. The four children left the area, repeatedly looking back over their shoulders. Oh! I think I understand why Beatrice is gonna refuse to say the number of people on the island. She will never confirm or deny the number of people on this island, because while in episode 3 they relied on a single person for murdering, who they constantly used and were able to use thanks to the whole trick of, oh yeah, those guys come to this furniture, therefore there are no more than 18, right? But here, every single other person is gonna be witness to some degree, right? There's direct confirmation by Kinzo, by Goda, by Kumasawa, right? By the rest of the family, that they summoned 3, 4, 5 people during the dinner. So if Beatrice says there are no more than 18, the trick would be instantly revealed. Those 5 people summoned don't count as human. Why? Because of a term. Because of definitions. It's just a play on words. So at no point will she say there are no more than 18. Or if she says it, Battler will have like a light bulb above his head. Oh, there are no more than 18. Without love it cannot be seen. You believe that they're furniture, therefore they're not human. But I believe they're human. So I can't see it. I wonder if this insane incident will come to an end somehow, so that we can meet those two again. But George would close the shutter himself. The resistance to the lock had made it feel as though he killed them with his own hands. Or even so, we can't defy them. I'm glad to see the children have like a more important role though, this time around. In episode 2 and episode 3, they were completely off the stage, and it was completely the others. Episode 1, they held some relatively minor importance, right? Battler had somehow a little bit of focus, but the focus was really on the adults and Natsui, mostly. Right? Natsui was leading the charge. So seeing them lead the charge this time is gonna be great. Can't wait. What's with this test? Damn Geezer, don't screw with us! Killing Mom, capturing Dan for that? I don't get it, I'll kill him! It's okay, Jessica. There's nothing to be sad about. Maria! Soon the witch will be revived, then we'll be able to meet in the Golden Land. Ouch! Don't laugh indiscreetly like that. Seriously. A resurrection ceremony for your witch? Getting so many people involved. Delusions he should have just kept inside his head. That's gonna cost you, bastard. Let's return to the guest house. It will be bad if we're not there when grandfather calls. It was done by George. Everyone began walking towards the guest house. At that moment, Jessica turned in a circle, facing towards the darkness of the rose garden, and roared. If she turned 360 degrees, she would be back to her original position. What do you mean?
Hey! Someone's watching, right? Tell the old man. Tell him I'm gonna fucking kill him. Let's go.
Of course, there was no reply. Only the howl. It's me. It's me. Of the wind and the rain. The children returned to the guest house, all fearing what was waiting for them up ahead. After they left, I thought it was the end of the chapter there for a reason. From the exact point in the darkness that Jessica had yelled at, two rabbit ears sprung up. Oh yeah! Sorry. They found me out! It's because you're too slow. Yeah. Pendragon's going to scold you. I'm sorry. Please don't tell Pendragon-sama. Be quiet. It was obviously just a bluff. Goda and Kurosawa's imprisonment confirmed. Patient complete. We'll report back. Yay! Ouch. They want us all stuck on nothing but carrots and water because of collective responsibility. They actually are bunnies. Oh my god, I love this. Give me a second. 60 might be better. God, I fucking love her. Let's go. Her expression changed for a frame there. I wonder what's up with that. I wonder what they look like. Again, I do wonder what they look like. If I can, I would look it up, but I can't. And that makes me sad. I'll ask someone on Discord later. Wait, no, I think someone sent it to me. What did they look like? Should be in my folders. If I can't find it, I give up. It'll look really quick. No, I can't find it. I can't find it. It's over. It's so over. It's literally over. Okay. Well, let's carry on then. The fact that we're being watched certainly seemed to be true. Because when they returned to the cousin's room, turned the lights on their beds. The phone rang again. Earlier, Jessica had been answering the phone, saying as this was her house. But now it was the eldest, George, who picked it up. Fucking kill George, please. This time, Kiri was on the other end of the line. George ended it to Butler out of consideration. Hello? Kiri? Is everything alright over there? Borg. Thanks for worrying. At the moment, we're all doing great here. Sorry, I've been ordered to refrain from idle chatter. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. The fact that they were hostages still hadn't changed. Kinzo, one of his subordinates, was listening to the conversation. But restrained the urge to talk about other things, and focused on what Kiri had to say. The test will be carried out by Jessica, George, and Butler, and Maya, in that order. You'll each be summoned in turn, so until then, do not leave the room. When someone's called out, they'll head to their designated location. Alone. Butler repeated it out loud, so that the cousins listening in around him could hear. It'll be Jessica, brother, me and Maya in that order, and we gotta stay in the room until we're called, right? Got it. Maria too? Even a 9-year-old girl? What's the damn geezer trying to force us to do? That bastard! The fate is you, Shonya family rests in all of your hands. Do your best. Gambatte. Sure. Butler noticed a strange nuance in Kiri's words. Even without any blood connection. He couldn't still understand thanks to the long-lasting bond they shared. At this point, it doesn't make sense to worry about the Ushiromiya family itself. That probably wasn't the message Kiri wanted to send. She probably meant there's no way for us to escape from this dungeon. We can only wait to be rescued. Our lives are in your hands. Something like that. Yeah, leave it to me. We don't know what kind of death it is, but no problem. I'll take it gladly. It's gonna be a serious test, right? Should we really go all out? Yes, it's a serious test. Grandfather really does intend to test you all. It's useless, it's all yes. He said his catchphrase! Hell yeah! Let's go! Some old fart on death's door is gonna give me a serious challenge. Let him spout nonsense before he gets in the coffin. Let's go! I know he's there, so tell him this for me. I'll be your successor. In my first action, we shove my fist into your face. Even without Kiri having to repeat it, the battler's powerful declaration of war reached Kindle's ears. Battler. I am truly looking forward to that. I'm going to see just what a man wants through ways usually a name as attained. Just what lot in life is reached when he appears before me. Tell him. Unfortunately, Kinzo's voice was not picked up by the receiver. Therefore, Kiri spoke for him. Sounds like he's more than up for the challenge. Got that, Battler? There's no need to hold back. You are Rudolph's son. No, you are my son. Tell me something I can brag about to anyone. Batora. I'll leave everything in your hands. Understood, Mom. Leave the rest to me. All of us have lost the right to inherit the position of successor. No, we're just the same as pieces taken off the game board looking on from the outside. So you have to fight by yourselves. Kiri. The nuance of those words meant we've already given up, so forget about us. But for that very reason, I won't give up. I'll definitely crush this test or whatever, and save everyone! In that case, here's instructions for the first test. Jessica, go to your room. Really? Go to your room? What's your game, you dang gizer? It seems you mean Jessica-chan's personal room, the one in the mansion. I headed over to Jessica. Tell her directly from me. Jessica, here. Hello? Yes, I understand. Starting with me, huh? Moshi moshi! Did she actually say that? Been ready? See you later. This sprite is great. I love this sprite. Isn't Mushy Mushy like a light-hearted greeting? I assume, why would she say this in this situation? She doesn't fear death. Even Jessica is probably tempted to succumb to the fear of a girl her age, but she crushed those feelings and strengthened her resolve. What do you say when you say that? I guess it's like, yeah. Yeah, it would be the same as allo in French. It's weird because we say allo, but it doesn't even mean like hello. It has no relation to it. I don't even know what allo means. What is fucked up now? Oh. Thank you for telling me. Okay. Is this better? Is it better now? Probably in watch, right? We can't do anything we're untold. All we can do is exactly what they say. Yeah, good. Okay, good to know. They say that old Gezo killed those 6 in the dining hall instantly with no hesitation. So if we try to fight back, we might end up the same way. I know. I'll beat them at their own game. Don't do anything reckless. If you think you're in any danger, your own safety comes first. If Crouch finds out that his daughter sacrificed herself for him, there's no doubt it will tear his heart apart. It goes the other way too. If I'm in death for both skills and I'm the only one left, my heart will rip itself to pieces. Which reminded me of the TV series Hello Hello. Yeah, it's the same word. I don't even understand what it means. Butler. What you said earlier is true, right? Yeah. You and the others are already prepared for what will happen. And the way things are now is just perfect. Everyone live rests on our shoulders. The hostages can't do anything while they're locked up. That means we'll have to manage something ourselves. If something happens, run back to the guest house. At that time, we'll be done playing along grandfather's game. George. At that time, we'll declare war. Wherever they're locked up, we'll save them and we'll deal with grandfather accordingly. Are you sure, George? Lennon's there too. That's why I'm saying it. I'm not sitting around and waiting for my fiancé to be killed. What scares me is not that Shannon might be killed by grandfather. I'm just worried you guys will get there first and Clubber's damn geezer who made my fiancé experience terror before I do. Holy shit, he locked in! Look at that sprite! This is the first time we see that George sprite. Look at him! He's actually locked in. Finally, George! My man, you stop being a fucking pussy. I shouldn't say that, that's rude. You can't say that anymore. Because of woke. I shut the fuck up, Alf. I fucking hate that I made that joke. It's like so bad. Oh my goodness. Ah, fucking hell. Okay. Let's continue. Let's see. This really does sound like a test to see who will be the successor. Yep. The first one to bury a fist into that old face will be the next head. George, Butler, and Jessica each forcefully nodded their heads and put their fists together. Then, Jessica headed off to their own room, as designated. Her form disappeared into the darkness of the rose garden, waving in the strong winds. Watching her go, George and Butler gripped their fists even tighter, making them quiver. Left on the second floor, Maya watched Jessica's back through the window. She wore a blank expression. I wonder what everyone's getting so upset about. Even though when Beatrice is revived, everyone will be brought back to life. Jessica's phone was already being completely swallowed up by the darkness. At that time, the phone began to ring again. Butler and George heard it and came clamoring back, but Maya picked up the receiver right away. Hello? Moshi Moshi? Is that Maya? It's me, Shannon. Could you please hand the phone to George? This time there was Shannon on the phone. At this time, the message was to tell the next person, George, where he was to go. I don't like her smug smile. It scares me. What's she being smug about? What's wrong, Maria? What are you being smug about? Maya, please don't scare me. Maria, please take that back. Please. I beg you. Please take that back. Of course, since the time of her birth, Jessica had been raised in this mansion. The atrophied Western-style house that the cousins called the mansion was her home. And yet, she had never understood her cousin's feelings as much as she did today. At the same time, she had never felt her own home, which she knew well, to be as alien as it seemed now. Her own room that had once been her hideaway The only place in this vast mansion where she could feel at peace. However, she had never felt as much pressure coming from that door as she did now. A test, you say? Yeah. What the hell could be waiting in here? I'm not gonna find my desk and stuff dragged around all over the place, right? She's a bit tough, trying to deceive herself. Trying to make herself believe that she wasn't scared of anything. Readying herself, she opened the door to her room. Holy shit, animation! The lights turned on! What the fuck? Okay, this is popping off. What the hell? When she saw that, fortunately, the room didn't appear to be messed up. She relaxed. No one was there. Budget is incredible, yeah. Incredible budget. This is where they spent all the budget. Just on that. They didn't have the budget to animate it being night, by the way. If you look at the window, it's still like fucking bright. Full day out. No rain. Nothing. Perfectly like 10 a.m. shining down the window. Don't mention it. Alright, I won't. No one was there, of course. There was nowhere for anyone to hide here. Right away, Jessica locked the door behind her. This way, the room was safe. She peeked under the bed and in the closet, but of course, no one was hiding. Ooh, what the hell? Just a very moonlit night. It's magic. Magic is doing that. Right. It's because of magic. I fucked up the sound again. No. Oh, wrong thing. Here we go. That should be fixed. She looked at the clock. Maybe it's better with the whole thing. She looked at the clock. They couldn't even put a fucking clock. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Oh my god. Why is this so fucking funny to me? God damn. Also, iMac. I don't think I said that. I don't think I said iMac. I always remember when you join the chat, Mac, by the way. Always. Because every time I keep thinking, like, you know, iMac, Apple user, you really love Macintosh. Incredible. And every time I tell myself, don't say that, Al. Don't mention it. Don't just say iMac. Don't mention it, Al. Please, for the love of God, don't make that joke. But this time I cracked. It's been like, what, months? Years that you've been here? And every time I keep thinking, don't say it. Don't say it. Play on word, I guess. Or pun. But yeah, that's a nice clock. That's a nice clock right there. It was just past 23 time. As the tension lessened and fatigue came back to her entire body, she realized how messed up this whole day had been. It was still about 23. The plan had been for all the cousins to gather, have fun playing around, and talk animatedly about various things together into the night. Normally, would have been doing that kind of thing right now. Why? Has that turned into this? It's all that damn geezer's fault. How could he do that? To Mum. No. To everyone. She shook her head back and forth with anger and sadness. But there was no one here to direct those emotions at. because of the lock. This room's security was guaranteed. Remembering that one more time, Jessica somehow remained her calm. Regained. Yeah, no, security is guaranteed. If episode 2 made me learn anything, it's that if a door is locked by a key, there is no way in or out. The windows are locked, the doors are locked, there's no way in or out. So she's completely safe right now. That's what I've been taught. And I remember. Unless this time around there's fucking trapdoors in the walls. You know? Who knows? Maybe this time they hired robots. It keeps up like this and nothing happens. I want to go to the dining hall and see Mom's dead face. If the Goda emphasized so strongly that it was gruesome, that I definitely shouldn't go to look at it. Even so, I wanted to see her face at the end. But we were warned repeatedly that stepping out of line even a little would the stages in danger. Could it be that locking the door was also against the rules? If I close myself up in here, I alone might be saved. But if I don't open it, it will surely be against the rules. And Dad, Shannon, Kiri, and Nuncha will be killed. There's no way the scales will balance out between 5 lives and my own life. Jessica tightly shut her eyes, resisting the other part of herself that said, "Isn't it okay as long as I stay alive?" Faced the door, and made to unlock it. At that time, clap, clap, clap. It was crisp. No, not Nanjo. A crisp applause rang out, making Jessica's heart leap. If the door had remained locked, it might have been in violation of the rules, and Am could have come to the stages. But despite that, your own life might be saved. However, you resisted that temptation and were about to unlock the door yourself. That bravery of yours is worth admiration. Who? If I, the owner of this room, searched everywhere a human could have been hiding, where did this man come from? The roof! He was hanging on the roof. It reminds me of this one video. Give me a second to get it. No, I can't find it. It's over. It's over. If I can find it, I'll put it on screen. However, I do want to like write that down. Nah, I won't. This is minor enough that I'll still remember it, and it's not worth writing down, I think. They'll give the facts again. Right, if they point out again, where did this man come from? Despite Jessica searching everywhere, they might bring that up. At which point, I will, like, address it. And I will remember it. You know? You know. Anyways. Let's keep going. Wait, I found the video. Okay, here we go. That's the video I'm talking about. Right here. Are you gonna show? Does it show? Here we go. Yeah, this one. This video. This is what I'm picturing you just did the entire time. Right there. The entire time.
I think he's in the bathroom. We just finished How to Train Your Dragon. Dude, honestly, it was a lot of fun.
And she's just like not noticing at all. As he's just standing there above her. Right? Oh my god. This is what I'm picturing. Runovic did that. Come on. Here we go. Finally managed to get it back to size. Here we go. I like this song. This song specifically. The one that just ended the second I said I like it. Here we go. This one. There's nowhere for a human to hide. with something non-human, I've managed it. It was supposedly my first meeting with this large-built, middle-aged man. I didn't recognize this guy, who looked like her butler and bore the crest of the one-winged eagle. A pleasure to meet you, Jessica-sama. I serve as that furniture for the master. The 27th was the 72. I do wonder, wait. Oh, I do wonder if is she like above 27 then? I'm called Ronove. Ronove? Genji-san? Ah, yes. Genji is like my little brother. Perhaps he was my true form while in this world. You've seen as the actual demon Ronove? No, not at all. But I do not want to talk, like, I do not want to type Ronove into Google Images. Because I don't want to fucking spoil the hell out of myself, you know? You might even say it was my vessel. Yeah, I want to write that down. I want to write that down. Write that down. Write that down. I'm just writing anything down at this point. But can you send it on the Discord so I can see it? If possible. I would love to see that. No. What about Gap? What does Gap look like? Wait, let me put it on screen. Let me put it on screen. Apparently this is Ronove. Hey, you know what? I do see a resemblance. Yeah. Wait. Wait. One of my specialties. We're doing one of my specialties right now. Wait, no, I need to clear. There we go. Let's see if that works. Does that work? Can we believe this one? Wait. Flip horizontal. No. No, there's no resemblance. Never mind. It doesn't even have a mustache. Ryukishi, you fraud. You fucking fraud. It's incredible. Oh, there's gap.jpg that you sent too. The creator needs to be in a suit. Yeah, but not even then. I feel like I think it's a fraud. I think he's a fraud right there. Like, come on. Are you kidding me? There you go. Also, yeah, I need to show it to those who don't know. This is what Gap looks like. Which, you know, I can kind of see it. Someone is writing her too. Who's the fuck? He's having a grand old time. Look at his smile. Right there. Look at his smile. This guy's having the fucking time of his life. Oh my god, he needs to be in. Bring him in. Bring him in. Right now. I don't care about gap. But this guy right here. He's the one I want. I'm gonna need this guy to turn around. Maybe lower his size 2 to like 50. Okay. Now we just do this. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'll remove anything that's unwanted. There we go. No, that takes a bit. That's like a chunk out of it. God, I'm such a pro at MS Paint. It's incredible. Okay, we're gonna remove all of this. Okay. What am I doing? I can just do this. Beautiful. This reminds me of when I photoshopped Beetle there. I can't Photoshop, so it would look absolutely awful. I refuse to use anything that is in MS Paint. It is like at this point, it has transcended from like, you know, utility focus where I'm just like, it would be easier if I just use MS Paint, to like total conviction that if I use anything that is in MS Paint, I'm basically violating like one of my main principles in life, right? Thou shalt not use anything that is MS Paint. That's what I live by. I love that guy. That guy's great. I don't know what he's doing, but he's having the fucking time of his life. He should have been in! It should have been in this fucking story! Ryukishi, why did you not include him? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? It's insane. Okay, let's continue. Unfortunately, playing for Photoshop, so I gotta use every opportunity. Why not just stop paying? Have you thought of that? I'm not saying pirate it, but MS Paint is much better. There's nothing that you can do in Photoshop that MS Paint can't do. Alright? I'm just saying it. Just putting it out there. If like there's some magic wand tool in Photoshop that allows you to like instantly select the form or like an object, you can do the same in Paint. Manually remove every pixel one by one. You can do that on Paint. That costs even more money because Adobe sucks. What do you mean costs even more money? Does it cost money to cancel your subscription? Adobe is one of the worst when it comes to paying for essential tools monthly. What do you mean? A 12-month contract. Bruh. No fucking way. Cancel it at the end of the 12 months then. Don't you bring me some peanut butter, because that's a new butter bowl. Sukada, I thought that was still like seriously because you share the same color. But it was like, yeah, that's a bit of tangent. Adobe's ass. Oh my god, that is absolutely awful. Fuck Adobe, holy shit. Anyways, what's this guy saying? My apologies. This is not something a human would be able to understand. Oh, then. Let's just move on. Let's move on to the main event. This is the test or whatever. Wait, I just realized. If this guy is like Genji's vessel, right? Then what if this was Gap and this guy writing Gap is George? Oh my god, Rikishi, you genius! This makes so much sense. Here we go. Let's continue. This is the test that the master has granted you, Jessica. As Runove's elegant gesture, like that of a butler ordering for a meal to be set out, many gold butterflies flew up out of nowhere. What the hell? As a cloud of gold butterflies spun around in a small swirl, they gathered in one place. Then, that golden mound disappeared like a pile of leaves blown away by a cold wintry wind. The fuck is wintry? Is that a typo? Adobe was one of the first big companies to hop on the monthly subscription train. God. Yeah, I've heard that Adobe is shit, but I didn't expect something like that. And there lay a Western envelope with the one-wing deal. This is why you don't do it in the first place. This is why you just use MS Paint. I'm a genius for this. You guys don't understand. You guys just don't understand. You don't have the vision that I have. You don't. You really don't. Anyways. With a gesture, Runaway urged her to pick it up. Jessica timidly did so and opened the letter inside. What's this? It is an exceedingly simple test to determine whether one is qualified to become the successor. Please attend to the question written there with a fitting attitude for the successor, who is to support the Ishimiya family, and tell me as your answer, as well as the thoughts that led you to it. Dumbass! I missed it. Shaking, Jessica looked between the paper and Runove's face several times. Okay, at that time, George, who had been called out after Jessica, could be seen in the arbor of the Rose Garden. If things had gone normally, he had planned to give Shannon the ring that would be proof of her engagement. Here, at this time, on this day. But the woman in front of George was not Shannon. Read it. That is Goldsmith's test for you. Like $12 a month, but now it's like double. God damn. Holy shit. Yeah, obviously, it would be better, but like, no, fuck you. You gotta do a subscription. I can't speak. George picked up the Western envelope, which was on the table where he once had tea with Shannon, and read its contents. Perhaps its message was short. After glancing at it, George's eyes grew sharp. What's this supposed to be? It is as you see. This is a test given to you, to see if you're qualified to be the successor. Have you asked yourself whether you truly are so qualified? Answer that question. A stupid question? That's right, it really is a stupid question. Doesn't that mean the Ishimiya family inheritance is also something on that level in Goldsmith's eyes? George lowered his eyes to the surface of the letter once again, examining its contents. George and Jessica. While the tests given to them were slightly different, they were almost exactly the same. Among the three mentioned below, in order to get 2, sacrifice 1. Simple 3 choices. Decide for yourself which one you will choose to abandon. If you refuse to choose, the test will be suspended. I've been given permission to kill you right here by my own hands. If you want to include even that as a choice, then there are 4 options. It's been an awful long time since I've got to play with a kid like you. Well, I can't say I'd be disappointed. But this free choice is only a test. Or was a consequence of my choice we carried out. It's naive. So when you choose, we'll definitely lose their life. Among the 3 mentioned below, in order to gain 2, sacrifice 1. 1, your life. 2, Shannon's life. 3, everyone else's lives. If you do not choose 1, all of the above will be lost. Why is Shannon's name here? The second choice has the name of the one most needed and one most loved as a test taker. I believe Shannon's name is written second on Jessica's test. Yet this stupid question to Jessica too? Giggle, giggle. You shouldn't be worrying about Jessica, right? They'll all choose. Okay, so pragmatically, there's 2 answers, really. No, there's 3 answers. If you want to succeed Kinzo, you need to think like Kinzo. Kinzo would sacrifice his entire family for his love. Would sacrifice his love for his benefit, right? For just, you know. I guess not. I guess he wouldn't sacrifice his love, but he would sacrifice himself and his family. The wrong answer would be choosing the love, I think. This is why we're asking like the reasoning behind it. Anyways, Butler will absolutely choose himself. Now you are the one being tested. For it is a simple free choice test. Which can you throw away for the sake of the other 2? Isn't that simple? If you still can't decide, would you like me to lend you a coin? A coin? Or would you choose between 3 options or something that has only 2 sides? No one would throw away their own life. There remain 2 choices that would leave you standing. Will you give up on everyone for the sake of the one you love? Or will you give up on the one person you love so that you can save as many people as possible? Either way, you should be able to find a fitting just cause. After all, for Kojima is now a demon island. The sentimental relationships of the human world aren't necessary here. No one will blame you. Do as your heart desires. And ask yourself whether you're qualified to succeed the Ushiromiya family headship. Or ever. Make your decision as if you truly were the Ushiromiya family head, okay? This is just a trolley problem. Not really. Not really, because there's a choice. It's not like it's guaranteed. It doesn't fit, I think. I get what you mean, but like there's no utilitarian practice into this. It's clearly just emotional. Fuck you guys mocking me like this! Scar crumpled the letter up and threw it on the floor. I believe your anger is quite appropriate. I also find it an exceedingly pitiful and yet truly humorous question. Could anyone wish to die themselves? And could anyone want to remain alive after abandoning the life of the one they love? And now could anyone massacre everyone else? As long as it's good for the 2 of them. Jessica? Such a person could exist. This is Rokkenjima, the demon island. Oops. It is completely cut off from the human world and fully immersed in the spirit world like cheeks fondue. Values of the human world get taken out with the trash. So please, bring the things you desire from the bottom of your heart. Whatever remains will become a fitting answer for you in this insane evening. Don't fuck with me! How could I choose any of these?
If you do not choose one, all of the above will be lost. Well, still makes 4 fine, 4th option. Even choosing that would give us an amazing show. But it seems that choice will result in the loss of your own life in the end. I believe it would be more wise to be pure and choose the first one. Your life. So that the other two will be safe. Everything has been entrusted to your decision, Jessica. Please, let me hear an answer in conviction fitting for the successor to you show me a family etche. Ronave, I'm sincerely hoping for a wonderful answer. Fitting for the master's descendant who shares his blood. Damn it! I did it well. I'm a talented voice actor, holy shit. That scene was observed through the magic crystal ball Kinzo held. Kinzo finally couldn't hold it back, and, spreading his arms and facing the heaven, began laughing in an explosive voice. It was perfect. Thank you! I can't even imitate that guy, he's too good. What are you wavering for, foolish grandchildren? My descendants? Isn't this problem so easy that you could answer right away? Isn't this a question that shouldn't cause you to waver less than whether to put better on jam or your morning toast? Do you people know the correct answer? He turned to face his sisters, who had been waiting on him. No, my apologies. I don't know, Lord Goldsmith. Oh, not choosing at all means game's over. You foolish rabbit. You cannot even choose a reason or a goal for your own life. You aren't worth a single ant that anyone might step upon without even noticing. Oh! He wants conviction. It doesn't matter what you choose for him. If you choose yourself, if you choose someone else, if you choose everyone, it doesn't matter to him as long as you choose instantly. That's his test. If you read it and you go, okay, this one, instantly, you win. Die, be crushed, disappear faster than I can blink. What of you? I will sacrifice the first one, your own life, sir. Weapons fight and die in battle, and weapons exist to destroy enemies and protect allies. Being able to protect those we love and then die is our satisfaction, sir. Oh, a truly splendid model answer for a weapon. The immediate reply is very nice. So, have you been raised to think you'll be given an extra carrot for answering that way? That's wrong, see? If that is wrong, see? Answering that way when you are asked is nothing more than giving the answer you have been indoctrinated with. You are the same as that other rabbit a second ago. You still live without having chosen a purpose, a goal to strive for. Right. So I guess it is conviction, not like... It doesn't want utilitarianism, it wants conviction. No, I still believe it. It's conviction. If you have conviction, not just like, oh, I'm gonna raise a weapon, I'm gonna die a weapon. No, it's like, I think like the answer that could win is something like, I'm choosing none of these because I'm gonna fucking get you, right? Instantly. And I'm gonna win this shit, and they won't have to die. Or something like, yeah, I'm choosing X because I want, or like I want to save everyone. I don't fucking know. I don't know what his perfect answer is, but I think it relies on conviction and believing in something, and like fighting for something. A bit emotional abuse scene goes on. On God, on God. You filth that doesn't deserve to live! Who would you weld and crushed and used as fodder for the other livestock? Yes, sir! Animal fodder would be an honor! That's wrong, right? You don't want to see anyone else die anymore, right? How could you accept that? Accept that the depth of your old wound is still festering and rotting? Yes, the rotting stain should make the nose wrinkle, you foolish rotten rabbit. The words of praise for you? Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, no, I can't imagine that. There's a fucking rabbit cage and he looks down and he randomly like just fucking screams at them. 410! 410! Say your answer! 410! Come on! Say your answer! Be cool! Be amazing! 410! Come on! I'm listening! I'm listening! Please, 410! Please! Which of the three choices would you choose? Without wavering, I'd choose the second one! Oh, the second. There are not many who could stick their chest out and choose to offer the one they love as a sacrifice. Tell me your reason. Because the one you love will be lost eventually. If you don't love anyone, you won't get hurt. And if you lose someone, you still might be able to love again. So, the person you love right now isn't worth that much at all. Yeah. He hates that answer. He hates it. I see. So that is why you reached out an answer. Your rabbit was become cowardly from pain caused by love. See? I ever read that rabbits can die from loneliness. But just when was it that your art was killed? Get a man in retirement age grind. Then rabbit, I shall alter the question. Why don't I change the second option to not the one you love, but the memories of the one you loved? How is that? Can you still select that one? What's this about the one you love not being worth much at all, foolish rabbit? Filth who cannot even face up to the depths of their own love. Try and choose it! Try and choose to have the one you love forgotten! You can do it, right? I bet you can, right? Come on! Try saying that you can, okay? Yes, I can choose it! I can choose it! Stop bullying the rabbit! Kinzo! Kinzo, you monster! Stop bullying her! This guy's evil. Kinzo is evil. I've decided it. I think I'm noticing it right now. I think Kinzo's evil. Like, there's no way you could do this to someone, right? Especially not a rabbit. I can do it 15. Lord Goldsmith, please stop this! Enough, rabbit filth! Go to Virgilia and help keep watch on the dungeon. Disappear! Just the sisters, with their respective old wounds of the heart gouged out, escaped by disappearing. After that, even though there was no one to hear, Kinzo continued talking by himself as doing the play. Indeed, that is the nature of this charming test. In truth, no choice can be said to be correct. Instead, regardless of which answer they choose, it is about whether they can choose without hesitation, quickly, and with a resolute conviction in their own strong, unshakable will. I fucking knew it! I fucking knew it! I told that! It's about conviction. None of them are really convinced of their choice. Right? I said, I'm so smart. I would win. Not at all. I wouldn't win at all. If I was faced with this answer, I would hesitate. I would think afterwards that this is a test, but like... if you choose your love, you have to say, I don't care about my love. I want to like... I will save everyone. Or something. I don't know. Just... any choice. It's their reason and their willpower that are most essential. That is what I want to learn. Yes, my descendants. I am truly looking forward to what kind of answer you'll show me. Me? Yes, of course. You once had the same question thrust upon me. Because I splendidly answered the devil's question, I was able to obtain golden honor, and that which is my possession. Which answer did I choose? Do you really need me to say it out loud? That dude in the recording booth was having the best fucking time of his life. Holy shit. The VAs are so... They really are. Especially that guy. Give me a second. Okay, here we go. Have you nearly decided on your answer? As Jessica stared at the letter that had been crushed and lay on the floor, she hung her head in constant silence. All that filled the room was a sear from wind and rain shaking the treetops. Regardless of how noisy that was, it actually made the stillness more apparent. Ronove waited for Jessica's answer. However, Jessica didn't answer. Whether she was lost in deep thoughts, or she had stopped thinking, Ronove couldn't tell. No, he might actually have known. But cruelly, like a demon. Ronove urged Jessica to voice it. If you cannot choose any, I can at least bring you peace without pain. But... me? Yes? I had trouble hearing. Could you say it again, please? Jessica lifted her face and looked straight into Ronove's eyes. It seemed that she had decided on her answer. Kill me! Jessica said it one more time, clearly. Perhaps Ronove imagined that this would be her answer from the very beginning. Without any surprise, he smiled lightly and nodded. I thought you would choose an answer, Jessica. Well, there's no right answer, all wrong to this text. The essential part is what led you to that answer. Come now. Please answer with a fitting attitude for the successor. Imagine saying, fuck my true love, and not being convincing enough for Kinzo. I mean, it's not saying fuck my true love. The way she answered it wasn't fuck my true love. It was more like, oh yeah, it's fine if I feel pain because I can like regenerate those wounds or some shit. She didn't say, I don't care about my love. Love is useless for someone like me. All I care about is saving as many people as possible. Right? If you answered that with conviction, and not about like your old wounds or whatever, then Kinzo would be satisfied. You need to have devotion. You need to have love. You can't reject love. You need to have love. Otherwise you can't see it. You get it? I'm making a reference. I'm making a reference. It's insane. I'm so good at this. I'm getting good at this. Holy shit. I'm getting really good at it. It's the clock. It's not like I chose the first one because I want to die. The second one was letting Karen die. Of course, that was out of the question. I excluded it. The third one was everyone else's lives. Of course, that was also out of the question. So I excluded it. After that, only the first choice remained. Process of elimination, is it? So it was not something you chose proactively. After chuckling slightly, Ronove dropped his gaze. A human couldn't even imagine what answer a demon would have been expecting. What she could understand was that this was apparently slightly below Ronove's expectations. The answer is neither bad nor good. 60%, I believe you could call it. I'm a little disappointed. You're a pretty selfish bastard, telling me to answer with self-confidence, and then being disappointed when I do. Apparently there was more to it than process of elimination. It's a failing grade either way. There seems to be a little more to your thoughts. Allow me to ask. People don't want to die, so no one will want to choose the first option. People want to live in happiness, and struggle as much as life will let them. Normally, the first choice should be impossible for the beginning. However, you took that first choice. You choose to throw away your own life. Only that choice remained for you. I tried, thinking of the future that would come after choosing each one. Oh, what did you see? First, I tried letting Canon die. But to imagine the rest of my life after having abandoned the one I love. What kind of life was it? It was a horrible woman who didn't deserve to live. A shabby woman who always lamented her own decision and lived only to regret. I could never forgive a horrible woman who chose to live and abandon the person she loved. I put an end to her myself. Well, brave. So did you also consider the third option? Yeah. Try letting everyone but me and Kennen die. There's no way Kennen would like me if I did that. Again, even with Kennen, I was forced to bear the cross of abandoning so many people. And even Kennen was forced to bear it. I'm not gonna make a foolish choice that leaves Kennen bearing that cross. I wouldn't be able to forgive a future me who did something like that. I put an end to that woman myself too. Jessica pictured it in her mind. The future beyond each of the three choices. Except for the first one, I guess. There were 3 Jessicas. Of the 3, 2 had regrets. Only one could hold her head high and smile at Kennen. You know, I once had the nerve to preach something to Kennen. Something about trying to live life to the fullest. Live your life to the fullest. Meaningful words. That's a surprisingly difficult thing to do. So yeah, I'm gonna stand proud and show Kennen. Show him how to live by holding your head high and looking straight at the sun with a full smile. Will Kennen be able to accept your self-sacrifice? But you thought that your selfish decision might hurt him more than is necessary. That's why. I want to leave a message. Oh. I will listen, but I am after all a demon. I mean, I'll keep my promises, you see. Keep it! Your promise! Jessica spoke that, looking quite unconcerned. She had asked the demon who was about to take her life to pass on a message, and she didn't think at all she would be betrayed. That's that extremely innocent smile. Renove closed his eyes lightly and shrugged his shoulders. See nothing wrong with that. So, what shall I tell him? Tell Kennen to live his life to the fullest. That's not quite it. Not Kennen. He still hasn't told me his real name yet. Tell the real Kennen to live his life to the fullest. Tell him that. Lady! Jessica, you really are. Renove is fickle, so you may not have passed the message on. You certainly are fortunate to have me here showing you this scene. The musty 3-sided mirror was set beyond the bars, and the scene with Jessica was reflected on it. On the next mirror, the scene with George was reflected in the same way. None of them questioned though a 3-sided mirror that appeared from a group of butterflies. It's a lever that's opening up a hole in the wall containing TVs that look like mirrors. What, have you never seen like real life? People do that all the time. I don't fucking know. You're weird for not imagining this properly. 1980s Japan, yeah, exactly, they already had that back then. Like, what do you mean? Everyone had this in their own home. I think that just like, they have a sheltered life. They never went to Tokyo. Like, come on, man. Come on. Nor did they wonder why these scenes with Jessica and George were reflected on spy cameras. Because the reflected scenes themselves were more important. Are you so prepared to throw your life away? For his sake? My apologies. Ross looked at Kennen with a complicated expression, mixed in with a bit of smile. Kennen wouldn't meet his eyes. Virgilia, there is no reason for Milady to throw away her life. Please kill me. Please change it to the second choice. That way, everything should resolve itself. I am not capable of granting that wish. After all, this is Jessica's own decision, which she herself shows. And also I, random girl. At that time, suddenly the air split, and the Chisto sisters appeared, flying into Virgilia's chest. What do you mean? Virgilia! So mean, so mean. Lord Goldsmith is so mean. I'm doing the best I can. Crushing me for animal fodder. That's just too much. Virgilia, who still didn't have a clue what was going on, was mauled by the sobbing Shista sisters. There, everything's alright. Don't cry. I'll make you some delicious tea. I'm leaving it up to you too old to get this place. Might be a bad idea considering their emotional state. If they do anything suspicious, inform me immediately. The goat attendants all face each other. Oh, she's talking to the goats. Nodding their heads. Virgilia took the Chester sisters and left. The sound of them going upstairs could be heard, so they'd probably gone to an upper floor.
This is your chance. Looks like these godads are morons. I wonder if we can trick them. He realized that an opportunity had arrived, but even so, he hadn't thought of a way to break the metal bars. Jessica reflected on the three-sided mirrors that her eyes closed, as though in contemplation. The way she had both hands stuck in her pocket, wanting to be defiant till the very end. Might have been her own aesthetic stance. That's all I have to say. Kill me. Understood. Well then, fear not, for I shall make your death more gentle and merciful than any sleep. As Ronovi raised his palm, slowly approached Jessica. Damn it! Sorry. And the follow-up makes just the shenanigans. Yeah, it's great. It's great. Realizing that his daughter was about to be killed, Cross went half mad and repeatedly body slammed into the bars. The goats looked like they were sneering at a mere human that didn't stand a chance at breaking those bars. Cross's pointless efforts certainly may have been comical, but Cross was giving it everything he had. He was now living with all he had as Jessica's father, so that he could save her. He had made tight fists with both his hands. If he used this cursed power, he might be able to cut through even cursed bars. But there were full 3 goats. There was no way he could defeat 3 of them in an instant. It would be instantly reported, and then even Virgilia and the Chista sisters would probably dash in. Even if he could probably break the bars, that would be the end of it. It was useless. Caden already knew that the witch near that useless efforts like that. He could do nothing but stare across his repeated body slams. Because you live by yourself. Canon, that's the lesson that everyone's been like trying to inflict upon you. That you live by yourself. Learn to cooperate. You can't defeat them in an instant, but you cut the bars. Shannon and the others fucking rush the goatheads. They will have time. George. George had been looking at the three-sided mirror, raised a voice. And when they looked, they could see George, what he'd signed the whole time, lift his face. It seemed that George had also decided on an answer. Kill Shannon, I don't care about Shannon, she sucks. Waifu bait, is what she's gonna say. Have you decided on your answer? Yeah, I've decided. Is it an unwavering answer? Yeah, it's unwavering. Then let me hear it. Oh, by the way, it seems Jessica decided to take the your life option. Surely such an indecisive person as you isn't going to choose the same answer, right? Jessica gave her own answer. No matter which choice that was Jessica's answer. It doesn't influence my answer in any way. I see. Then let me ask again. Amongst the 3 mentioned below, in order to gain 2, sacrifice 1. You're spoiling George. Yeah, crazy. What the fuck? 1, your life. 2, Shannon's life. 3, everyone else's lives. Which one do you choose? Could it be the first one, like Jessica? Wrong. Oh. Gap looked a little surprised. Because she thought this timid-looking man would obviously choose that option. Very well then. I'm glad the most boring option for me has been removed. And as crazy as it sounds, could it be the second option? Can you abandon Shannon's life? You must be joking. Why would I do that to the person I was going to give an engagement ring to tonight? Oh, your answer? That's it. My answer is the third option. I fucking knew he was a dog shit person and that we like should kill him like right now. I love how like every single music stopped. I'm scratching this because I want him to like forever bears the pain of like choosing to kill everyone. There's a guy in a Discord server I'm in, right? Who is like a complete George fan. I want to like hang his quote above his head right here. I want to show him this. I want him to see this and then still defend his goat. How do I do this? I'm gonna give him, like, you know, nerd teeth. If I can. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. It looks more like fangs. And he doesn't have fangs. That's like the main thing. There we go. This face somehow reminds me of how I'd see a PS2 game and it made a face. Or in 64. What do you mean? How can you be a Gorge fan? Crack slamming? Yeah. Yeah, this guy. This guy. I don't know you can be a George fan. I don't know. I have so many problems with George, but like, look at this. George took the third option. Everyone else is lives. And surprisingly, Gap, I didn't imagine that he'd give an answer like that. She had been sure that she'd choose the same one as Jessica. So she was interested in how he had reached that answer. Oh, he had reached an answer that had surpassed the imagination of the 33rd ranked of the 72 demons. I want you to tell me. I want you to tell me the circumstances that made it possible for you to sacrifice the lives of everyone else so that you and the fiancé you love would be safe. I genuinely don't know what you mean. Crack slime catching strays and it's so funny. Yeah, but like, I'm sorry, but like, what? You see this guy and you actually tell him that's... Are you gonna tell me that's your goat? That's your goat? That really is your goat? Come on. Come on, dude. I don't want to be rude. It's called having love. Yeah, I guess I don't see it. Use a process of elimination like Jessica? Wrong. Clearly you have no choice except this one. They don't care what happens as long as it's good for you. So you can sacrifice the world for the woman you love. What are you even talking about? What? George faced the demon as he spoke, almost as though he was disgusted. Tonight, I planned on calling Shannon right here and giving her this ring as proof of our engagement. There probably are quite a few people who wouldn't celebrate an engagement between me and Shannon. I was prepared to make enemies of the entire family by announcing my engagement to her. I've been prepared. Since this time I came to this island. No, that's not it. Since the time I confessed that I wanted to engage her. So you can sacrifice everything else as long as you can get married? Marriage means continuing to be your wife's ally for your whole life. At that point, I was prepared to have the entire world as my enemy for her sake. Those words, it was a three-sided mirror, also reached Shannon's ears, and that determination reached her eyes. Shannon certainly had promised to be given an engagement ring tonight. Then, this incident had occurred, and she hadn't been able to receive the ring. But now, even though it wasn't in the form of a ring, Shannon had received something even greater. And as proof of that, a single tear with the same sparkle as the diamond dripped down. How does a tear have the sparkle of a diamond? What are you talking about? What a courageous answer! I see. If I really think about it, this was an easy decision for you. Girl, your parents were already killed in the first Twilight, right? Right now, there's no one who's there to trouble you. Ah, I see, truly an easy choice. Say whatever you want. His determination and choice are mine, and mine as a successor. The sparkle in George's eyes was brilliantly sharp. For just an instant, Gat felt the same sense of threat as Kinzo's. It was slightly overwhelmed. I see. Yes, the same decision as Goldsmith. So even with your innocent face, you will also become a terrible demon in the future. What do you know? We might get along pretty well. You will succeed, Goldsmith. Eventually, I may be even summoned and serve you. That could be surprisingly interesting. Gabbat needed to change her opinion of George. This man bore determination and resolve unimaginable from his outward appearance. And not just now,
This is the very beginning. I am prepared to narrate the achievement right away. No, that's not it. You told me to think as the head in this test. So I answered based on the premise that I am the head. No, even that's not it. I thought as the head himself. I am now the head of the Ushiromiya family. How can you not like George when the story keeps glazing him? I'm so tired of George, I swear to God. Is there one moment where the story won't glaze him? That's genuine question. Will we ever have a point where George won't be like getting his dick sucked for like 1 second? Can any of the other goats get like a second of fucking limelight? Like, I don't know, like fucking Rudolph has not had a chance in the limelight for like 1 second. Even during episode 1, called out in episode 1 that he was gonna be killed. In episode 1. And yet, you're telling me that this is the guy you should want to like fucking fall in love with? We didn't get a second for him. We got a second for him, We're getting the second right now for him. But we've never seen Rudolph. Genshin also had his small moments. Goda too. Give me Rudolph, I don't care about George, please. I'm gonna become a Rudolph stan. I'm not even kidding, I'm gonna become a Rudolph stan. If the story keeps shitting on him, then I'll be his one supporter. I'll be the one guy who likes Rudolph. If no one likes him, I will be that person. I will be his man. His knight in shining armor. Oops. Then you think that you'd be able to go so far. It seems you truly are one to be reckoned with. That doesn't my estates remain, but I've got a good feeling that you'll pass. Only if that is your true, unexaggerated answer, you see. Do you doubt my resolve? Can you carry out the option you choose? Can you, right now, with your own hands, offer all the lives that exist on this island as sacrifices? By your own hand? I can. I love that sprite. I love that sprite. It's so good. I've said I was prepared to do so several times. I can to guess that right now. I kill Butler and Maya. When that's done, I'll bring these other hostages. Execute each of them except Shannon before her eyes. He can do it, right? The face of the Discord mod. That's what I made. That is true though. That is true. Kitten, I would ban anyone in this Discord server for you. I can. My resolve is on a whole different level from yours. Okay, but do it now. Can carry it out. Death for them all. Complete this bloodstained ceremony as a new Ushiromiya family head. Understood. I'll carry it out. I'm already the Ushiromiya family head. Yes, that's right. Taking that throne red by your own hands. You'll become the king of the spirit world who controls the demons. Yeah, I was convinced. This man truly was fitting to succeed Kinzo's madness. Blow wind, cry thunder, celebrate the birth of the new demon king. The demon island has now welcomed its new lord. In response to the demon's call, Tempest raged more and more. Then, a massive lightning bolt fell, his fearing thunder, and brilliant light, giving the sensation of a moment of silence.
So, about the order of the murders. I get to choose that, right? Please, as you wish, your majesty, the new demon king of Urkanjima, as your heart desires. Well, then to start, that means the first one's gonna be you. Got a problem with that? Okay, I like that one. Okay, George! George, you may have scored a point. George, you may have scored a point. Alright. Alright. Based. A gust of wind blew, tearing up George's jacket as if it was a cloak. And no, don't put words into my mouth. Don't put words into my mouth. But that was a good one. No, my streamer. Don't cancel me. I am not a George stan. I am not a George stan. Fucking George Epstein said like one good line. Calm down. You gotta recognize, you know, the good with the bad. I guess the wind blew, staring up George's jacket as if it was a cloak. But very much like the cloak worn by Zed. Definitely carried that impression of dignity. At that time, Gap truly did see the storm wiped away, in the sky covered with pure white and vast full moon. The man who called himself the New Head bore the full moon on his back, and sneered at the demon. Even the lives of the entire Ushiramiya family are not part of my fortune. Reparations will be made for the damage that's been done, and it won't come cheap. You didn't seriously think you could take my parents, Matsui, Rudolph, Rosa, Geji-san, and expect me to have a look at, right? God, look at that face. Oh. Oh. Impertinence. Oh, it's the clock again. He was trying to press his palm against Jessica's chest and stop her heart. Right before he could, he then stopped. On the carpet at their feet, 2 small red flowers bloomed with plop plop. The seed of those flowers was way up high, piercing into the heavens. On Jessica's fist, one of his nose was stained red with spewing blood. Those drops had been dripping onto the carpet. By the way, that just now was my answer as a maiden. My answer as a successor is different. Jessica! My goat! Allow me to ask. The person I love, my family and my relatives, everyone. I'll protect them. If I'm the head, then that's my duty. That wasn't just swaggering around. He protected me and Mom. He felt the pressure of succeeding the Ushiramiya family head for decades. That's why I know, being the successor is nothing trivial. But you know what? I can't give it up. Fitting my own life is something I can do easily. Yes, can you? She knew that in order to protect her family, her father had bluffed and fought alone continuously. Jessica understood something that his back had been telling her. The left straight was buried into Ronova's face. That terrifying strike wasn't due just to the brass knuckles she was using. She has brass knuckles? And the fucking epic music starting up. Oh my god, I love this. I want to remember that one. Fucking beat up her classmates at school, damn, in episode 2. Oh, right! No, I don't remember that! Oh, that's amazing! And the straight, but it's buried into Ronova's face. That terrifying strike wasn't due just to the brass knuckles she was using. It was a strike of a person, a family head, who could throw away everything in order to protect. If Dad's lost its qualification to be the successor, then I, the next in line, will succeed the headship. You're the Ushiramiya family, Ushiramiya Jessica. Not the kind of cow who'd let you do whatever you like anymore. A wonderful answer. I don't change the score from earlier. +10 for that answer. +10 for that spelling your left straight. Which means that plus 20 more will make for a perfect 100, yeah? As Ronovic jumped backwards, somersaulting in midair, he violently wiped away the blood pouring from his nose. It had become not blood, but petals of a red rose. The blood on his face was wiped off, and in its place was a grin filled with the delight he hadn't felt in so many centuries that he couldn't remember. I, Ronovic, will test to see whether your resolve is worth full marks. Understand? Shut up! Come at me! It's like okay. I'm just imagining her as like a Marisa beating the fuck out of people like with her fists. Fucking amazing. She's pulling out the costume. She's pulling out the cosplay right now. Come into the abyss. What? Suddenly, beneath George's feet, a pitch-black pitfall opened its mouth wide. Of course, George had no way of resisting. After being swallowed up by that, George fell out of a pitch-black hole that had opened in the ceiling of the arbor. Come on, was that angle really necessary? Also, that sprite looks awful. Beating people up to pit and pit. As George fell down, he was hit by a reverse roundhouse kick from a sharp stiletto heel, like a strike from a carefully aimed bee. The instant George, after being blown out of the arbor, thought that he'd be swallowed up by a rose bush. Another pitch black hole opened there and swallowed George up. And this time, a pitch black hole opened at Gap's feet before her eyes, spitting a defenseless George out of it. At that time, Gap had already finished preparatory motions for the next reverse roundhouse kick. What is this? Welcome back, Giggle! Right side of the head, below the right armpit, side of the right knee, as Gap danced and spun like a small cyclone. She kept hitting him. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, 2 stomps. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Crisscross. That's real smooth, okay. The fourth one became a sweep, cutting George's feet out from under him and making him fall down. Yeah, she's an expert now. She doesn't even need, like, moon rocks. The fourth one became a sweep, putting George's feet out from under him and making him fall down. But of course, there is no floor of air but a pitch black hole, and George was swallowed up once again. Yep, once again spun around like a small cyclone. George was once again spat out from the ceiling of the arbor. This and reflect. The abyss ends with a single strike. Die. But then he parries. Oh, he doesn't parry. The sharp strike of the queen bee pierced the heavens like a rising cyclone. It kicked through George's lower chest as he fell from the ceiling. And then, time froze. George was pinned in midair by Gap's raised leg. Still pinned in midair, George moaned. Then Gap, with George still hung up on her foot, grinned. Scary. I'll admit it. At least your attitude is that of an adult. But that's no good unless you have power to go with it. Did you know? They say you need 3 kinds of powers to rule this world. First one is influence. Second is wealth. Do you know what the last one is? Charm. Read it in the book. Force, right? Correct. It's a fucking switch. Oh my goodness gracious. That's very lacking. Gap finally released George. She kicked up doors one more time, changing into another roundhouse kick and knocking him into a pillar. No, my cheap viewers, sorry.
No one will fear a monarch without influence, without wealth, or without force. Yeah, we're so flabbergasted. She reverted. Yeah, incredible. No, Kinzo possesses all three of those. That's why he reigned as a tyrant. If you're going to call yourself Kinzo's successor, try showing a bit of that majesty, okay? Come on, no longer you're gonna sleep there. Stand up, okay? If you don't, you'll fall again, see? Not bad movements, but I feel they are slightly unfitting for a lady. Okay, that's a PS3W. That's a good sprite. I like that one. Wait, what is that? They kept the thing! They kept the thing! Okay, PS3W, for sure. They kept the thing. That's huge. That's fucking huge. That's insanely huge. Playing around all over the place. Okay, but she's got the thing! Oh, would love me because of my things. Probably. Like, genuinely, you just need fangs. And then that's it. I'm in love. She has good options, our fists. She does. What do you think she has written on them? Like, what 4 letters do you think she has on them? Does she have Kano? She didn't know it was 4 letters. She thought it was 5 because there's 5 fingers. Oh, true. Right, they dodged skillfully, jump back, and avoided Jessica's fist. You know what? I want to modify that. Alright, what would be a good 4 letters? What would be a good 4 letters? That's the question. I do think that that's the best option in my opinion. Or she is like this, right? That would be more sensible. Or maybe she's cool and amazing, right? And she has like Fang on it. Because she knows that's like her main defining like cool feature. Like, look at this! Look at this! This like makes the design, right? Like, okay, let's remove this. Let's remove this. See the difference. See the difference. Alright? You'll see it instantly. She'll look like George. It's not the same. It's not the same. You instantly notice it. It's just not the same. Like, these old guns, yeah. That's wrong. It feels wrong. It would say dumb, and between the figures it would say ass. True! That's not a bad option. I guess, yeah, she could... I mean, no, the point is that you have, like, letters right here, so it imprints on the guy, right? I'm gonna go with K. N. And then a heart.
There we go. I genuinely did not expect her to be like that cool. I should have! I really should have! But he still didn't strike back himself. Because of his dodge, I was as rapid as a fluttering flag blown by strong winds. Jessica's fist wasn't even able to touch him. Amidst the sensation that her own blood was boiling, Jessica regained her offensive composure. And though this room was large for a battle room, it was very complex to keep up such exaggerated dodges in for long. She calmly realized that and started not using just her fist, but her legs as well. Oh, boxing with just your arms makes you but half a fighter. Your arms must be like the roar of a lion, and your legs must be like the cold snake closing in on its prey. Snakes all have legs! I need that as an emoji. I need that as like an emoji right here. Give me a second. Like rule of it true, right? Give me a second. Like this, right? Sure. Honestly, yeah. It's a pretty good one. Oops. There we go. I like it like this. True. Okay, let me just remove the side so that it's like nice and smooth. Let me gently remove this one. Here we are. Jessica began cornering Orlove towards the wall with perfect footwork. He didn't let him get around her. One of his magnificent dodge looked flashy, but they needed a large footing. Once cornered, he wouldn't be able to dodge anymore. Jessica knew the characteristics of her weapon, the brass knuckle, very well. This powerful weapon's most notable characteristic was how it didn't even give his opponent a chance to defend. Even if he blocked their arm, that arm would receive direct damage. If it hit the wrong way, it might even break the bone. So she cornered him. With this fist, she'd whittle away at this demon who'd lost any ways to escape. Oops! Oh, when did? Looks like I finally cornered you, right? Where is everyone being held? Where's the damn geezer? You tell me everything, I'll let you off with nothing more than plucking that mustache off. Don't do that. Don't do that. We've already determined it. Jessica. We've already determined it. Maybe you don't know. Maybe you don't. But it's not a good idea. It really isn't. Give me a second. Like, look at this. Give me a second. I gotta take a screen right here. Right here. Right? It's just not the same. It's just not the same. At all. Jessica is a villain, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Right? It's not the same. He looks so much worse without the mustache. It's so bad. I don't even understand how you could suggest that. What is wrong with you? Benjamin is giant forehead. I like that better. Imprint cannon. Imprint can art into his forehead. I'll let you get off with nothing more than plucking. That would be a problem. It does take me an hour every morning to set this. Once you're in a cast, you won't even be able to do that, right? Whoops. It doesn't look as good in the PS3 version. It still has style, he still has aura, but there's something that's missing. Really had blocked Jessica's fist with his arm. Tried to act as though it was no big deal, but must have hurt a lot. Jessica grinned, and they smiled the same way, but twitched slightly. I see. You certainly does hurt. Here's my last bit of advice. Cry and apologize. That I cannot do. It would ruin my image. And just crumple. Rapid fire. This guy's fists were buried into Renove. But there was a resistance that seemed too hard. The sound of breaking glass, which startled Jessica. At a glance, it looked like Renove had cut Jessica's fist with his palm. That wasn't quite true. Renove opened his hands. A faint purple glowing barrier like a glass shield appeared, stopping the attack by a hair's breadth. Pulling herself together, Jessica let her fist fly again. It would be a truly magnificent gesture. Renove cut all of them. After all, a demon. This level of magic is nothing. Even so, you aren't bad at all. If I were a human, I'd probably resign right here. Because I am a demon, I can still continue to fight. The one-eyed eagle is invisible at all. It isn't, yeah. I think it's a matter of perspective because, you know, it's a fight. After in the normal sprites. This is the end. Are you simply going to attack all the time while neglecting your defense? What? One of his palms shot within her head's breadth for Jessica's stomach. Jessica was knocked away by the purple shield, rolled backwards and smashed her head in the bed. A shield cannot be broken by a mere human. I don't think that you'll ever be able to touch my body again. In that case, I just burst through that shield. Persistent, I see. Yes, but truly fitting theory for the successor. Perhaps I'll be your opponent for just a while longer. This is also part of an examiner's role. Break! It doesn't work when it's one syllable. When it's like one syllable, right? You can't just like break. But is it like a coup d'atero? That works, right? I don't think that's what you said, but you know, it's 4 syllables, much easier. Turns out English is not good. Turns out English sucks. Fucking hate English. I don't think you'll ever touch my body again. Yeah, they're probably crying right now. Gap looked down on George, sneering. George was on path in the rose garden, lying face down in a puddle. The merciless rain beat down on him, so that it looked as though even the heavens were mocking him. Stand up, okay? You'll fall again, right? George stood up shakily. It seemed that his spirit hadn't given in. The damage done to his body was fairly significant. Beg for your life. What you're doing now is the same as the 4th option of choosing nothing. You chose the 3rd option, right? If you get down on your knees and apologize, I'll forgive your rudeness towards me. I'll get you down to the dungeon. There, for your beloved Shannon in your own powerless life. You will kill the other stages one by one. You can do it, right? You did boast about having that resolve. Giggle, giggle, giggle. Joel didn't answer, but his gaze was still obstinately resisting surrender. If you are too obstinate, because this time, you really will fall to the deepest depth of the abyss, okay? Gap's strength was evident. That was probably clear, even more than it was to George himself. To Shannon's group watching through the 3-sided mirror. George, that's enough for someone like me. You didn't like me. You wouldn't have to fight with anyone, right, George? Then please abandon me. Please forget me. Shut up, shut up. Fucking waifu bait, I swear. There was no way that voice could have reached George. But even so, George answered. No way. I won't surrender. Oh, why not? Because that's my resolve. I'll fight everything for Shannon's sake. And I'll make everything accept us. And bless us. Hey, could you tell me something? Why are you willing to go so far for that furniture called Shannon? She's just a washout, isn't she? Rubbish furniture that couldn't even make a satisfactory waitress. I won't permit any more insults against the woman I love. What are you going to do about it? How could a weak kid like you resist me? Loving someone is strength. Because I learned that, I was able to become strong. Shannon, I love you.
Just those words I can stand back up over and over again. Shannon's in the dungeon, right? I'm guessing your love to me won't... No, she heard. That's because it's love. Shannon can hear my words right now. The reason I can believe that is because of love. And you can't see it because you don't have love. Without love, it cannot be seen. That's the entire point. Guys, without love, it cannot be seen. Guys. Holy shit. You aren't finished, right? Did Very put a fucking voice filter on it? You're mine alone, the only one for me in the world. I want you to be close to me as long as we live. I need you for all eternity. George, I'm jealous. You surpassed my husband in smooth talking. That's you for you? The strength of love? Then why are you so weak, boy? Does that weakness mean your love is also that weak? Giggle, giggle. Even your love for your fiancé is weak. The way your parents died so quickly was weak. Even thinking about your life is weak. Shannon taught me about love and strength. If you're trying to measure my love towards Shannon by my strength alone, let me teach you about my love. So you say, I get it now. You're saying that the way you can still stand up after being kicked down so many times is the strength you receive from Shannon. In that case, what did you receive from your parents, who got killed way too easily? At that time, there was a blackout. Until they were outside? No! This is... I can't fucking take it! Groomer check, shut the fuck up. I didn't come in Umineko expecting a fucking martial arts anime! What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, for fuck's sake, dude! For fuck's sake! Should have expected all that intricate power scaling progress. Prepared you for this development. Oh my god. I didn't save the fighting of like Jessica, but this is worth saving. 100%. Like 30, right? Boom. He's kicking himself in the face. Here we go. So wait, what did I cover right there? Okay, that's fine. The thing blocking Gap's vision was the button of George's. Shoe. Give me a second. I'm preparing for it. I want to do it like perfectly. I think if I do it like this, right, I can bring it over. Right here. Boom, perfectly connected. almost perfectly. But now it does cut over the god damn it. We'll keep it like this. I'll just put his foot in like the corner right there, just so we can remember this right there. Right? Just so we can remember. He's kicking with a smaller foot on the bottom of his foot. Okay. When these keys to unlock? Yeah, exactly, but just kick the doors. Side kick. Nasal ball fractured. Fucking nerd. That stopped right in front of the tip of Gap's nose. The thing I got from my mom was this kick. What is this song? Needs to be removed process music. True! Several moments after, Gap jumped back. Okay. This is why I still keep reading Umineko. For moments like this. He has a bassin pole. It's coming now. Amazing. Oh my god. This is why I keep reading Umineko. As I said, this is peak. This should surely change. Surely. The rain is already washing the ink, so I don't even see where the game's happening here. Several moments after, Gap jumped back. Of course, that was too late. If George hadn't stopped, he probably would have stopped. He would probably have caused the damage he'd announced. What I got from Dad is fortitude. Anger with a low boiling point is not something to be truly feared. True anger is disciplined by fortitude. I recognize your violent method of declaring your intentions. I also see that you slandered my fiancé and my parents' honors. And you have no intention of taking back what you said, yes? You! I don't understand your attacks more than enough. So maybe it's about time. Time to start fighting back. Oh my god, you fucking nerd. I've analyzed your pattern of your attacks, and I'm 99% sure that your next attack will be this! And he blocks. Quit prattling, foolish boy! A pitch black hole opened its mouth at George's feet. But George rapidly opened its legs, straddling the hole. The same move won't work again. It was an extremely smooth dodge. The upper part of his body didn't even quiver. Fortitude means calmly analyzing how your opponent will act, instead of losing your cool. Why? Isn't it obvious? Can't you guess? No, I can't! It's to counter, to give back exactly what you got, to make them not want to take another pass at you, to make them cover their face in tears and snot and forget to wash it off, to make them want to rub their forehead on the ground and apologize over and over, to completely, perfectly, and thoroughly beat them until they can't get up. That animation is wonderful, by the way. Just seeing like background move around into the black void. George dashed. Falls open one after another, but George didn't step in them again. And because he was persistent, he was able to reach Gap a second time. Reverse roundhouse, jaw fractured. It was stretched out more forcefully, beautifully than Gap's had been. Of course, when it centered directly on Gap's face, it stopped her ass breath away. Perhaps she couldn't rely on pitfalls at this close range. Gap kicked in George's shin as a diversion, and the instant of weakness when he tried to deal with that, she aimed a kick at his stomach. It was a B-stab with a stiletto heel, but he slid through the air with George long it was. High ass kick, collarbone fractured. Yeah, I can beat your ass any day. Gap sighed. George calmly announced that, his foot still raised, that Moroc's heel that swung down, and collarbone fracture would probably have been the least of her worries. This guy's stronger than me, at close range, at a distance. She jumped backwards to open a large gap between them. Discombobulates. It is literally that. It is literally that. Oh my god. For those who don't know, look up Sherlock Holmes Discombobulate. Not the meme edit, the original scene. Jump and leapt and even flipped in midair, increasing that distance. It should have been magnificent, for some reason. It was very similar to the movements of a small, scared animal. If you opened the distance between them, she'd be able to fight at the range that was her specialty, using a mixture of pitfalls and kick techniques. You fool! I regret the pride that made you left 3 chances of defeating me slide, as you fall into the depths of the abyss. When she magnificently landed and tried to end a pitfall, a razor-sharp wind cut Gap's bangs. Yes, it cut them. It happened twice. This time, it didn't stop just a head's breadth away, but scattered her bangs with its air pressure. What? Yes, blades in his shoes? Is that part of classical training? Do we teach that in karate to just make the sole of your shoes edge? What? The fundus of the eye fractured with the first strike, cerebral contusion with the second strike. Gap was too shocked to speak. Roger closing over all the distance in an instant, letting off a fearsomely nimble mid-air double kick. Furthermore, with the accuracy and edge of a razor, it had cut nothing more than several of her bangs. I learned the power of kicks from karate, speed from taekwondo, and freedom of range from capoeira. Mine was pretty fickle, but I've learned from studying various merits. Why don't you hit me? You're going to say it's because I'm a woman, right? Yeah, I wouldn't push it past Eva either. Okay, well, she still has her bangs, by the way, so that's fake news. I want to say that. But I'm starting to understand why that crack slamming guy, like George, I'm starting to understand. He's still a dog shit person, but he's being cool right now. He is being cool. He spoke for force as a more expert power. It looks like you still misunderstand the meaning of the force. And it's force. In this situation, force doesn't mean necessarily wielded violence. It refers to a deterrent. Knowledge that if someone opposes a monarch, that person won't get away unarmed. Deterrent, you say? In short, this is what it meant. That was why all of George's attacks up until then, I stopped her head's breath away. These bare misses, which are more difficult than hitting directly, had all been performed so splendidly. Also, if George had wished it, any of those would probably have crushed Gap. He had, daringly, not done that. You said it yourself, right? Force is a power to control. If you crush your opponents with force, you won't be able to control them, right? And Umineko's force is something that is only shown. He does not crush. He makes others surrender, and that's sent to his own fortune. If you start blowing bubbles, I won't be able to make you guide me to where the hostages are. Gap had to admit it. She had to admit that George understood force in its truest sense. You'll take me to where everyone is. I would advise against resisting. I will stop short next time. Like, sorry, Leah. Let me borrow your tricks. There's too much for me alone to handle. As a large peaked black hole opened in the sky, Funk Funk, 3 muscular goats attendants fell out. They surrounded George. Reinforcements. Should I take this to mean that you take back all that about me being weak? Admit it. I made light of your human power. What's wrong? This is a strength for a man with experienced love. Well, can you say stuff like that with a straight face? I mean, it's the same thing as Kiri being able to like react faster than the speed of sound because she's envious. Like, it's clear, whatever this world is, right? That the magic is essentially just like emotions, right? The stronger your emotions are, the stronger you are. And this guy loves grooming so much that he's become like ultra groomer. It's insane. It's pretty cool. Like, besides like the context of it, it is a pretty cool like magic building stuff, you know? I mean, seriously, what is it?
He's like 23, his girlfriend's 16, like come on. Tries to kick the ball, falls over. Now you haven't experienced true love yet. You haven't experienced it yet. Come, goats, crush this man and turn him into meatballs. These goats are stupid, but it looks like they at least have power. Turn you into a corpse that even your fiancé won't be able to recognize. You refuse to surrender and intend to continue fighting. Understood. Know that from now on, you will receive real arm proportional to your own attacks. If you don't plan on attacking me, you have to sustain a great deal of damage. When George proclaimed that, a faint, red magic circle rose up around him. It seemed that Jolt couldn't see it. However, Ga, being a demon, could. Magic? Why does this guy have a defensive barrier? And that's also a counter-attacking type? Is this what you meant by a deterrent? From a demon's perspective, that may have been magic, but in George's eyes, it was determination. It's fucking Undertale all over again, holy shit. It was a determination filled with certainty, which would be merciless to anyone who wished to fight anymore. And one which would force them to prepare for a significant counterattack. Determination of certainty becomes magic. That song is a banger, by the way. I genuinely love that song. That's genuinely one of the best songs. I wish I was kidding. I've listened to like a lot of the soundtracks by now, but this is great. What if he had been accurately blocking Jessica's fist with the shield? Something felt odd. Even though he was certainly catching them on the shield, he felt his arm get jarred and it hurt. It should have prevented all physical damage. However, the damage from a fist was gradually being transmitted to his arm, tightening up. Runovic tried to act like he was composed so that this wouldn't be noticed. I'm not gonna get worn out. What's wrong, old guy? Starting to get a little tough? No matter how much you attack, it is useless. Why can't you understand that you cannot break my shield? I'm not gonna stop eating you just because it won't break. No matter how hard someone's heart is, if you keep on talking to them, little by little, it will eventually start to crack. Believe it! I believe that useless effort doesn't exist in this world. That's why I can live to the fullest! If words will eventually make it through, then the same goes for my fists. Give up isn't written anywhere in my dictionary. Those words were probably aimed at Kennen. Kennen would seem to reject Jessica's words, but Jessica knew that no matter how stubborn his heart was, those words would eventually soak through. She believed that they would it would surely reach his heart, that the day would come when he would stop calling himself furniture and disparaging himself, and that he'd step out into a new life. But Jessica didn't give up. She didn't lose heart. It's stupid, right? I bet a guy couldn't understand that, right? A girl in love doesn't even think about giving up just because it's useless. At that time, Runovic suddenly saw. He saw the reddish glow of light that encircled Jessica's fists. This is not good. An enchantment, is it? This permeating upgrade will be troublesome. Inside her unrelenting fists and determination dwelled the power to succeed no matter what. From a demon's perspective, that was magic. Determination with certainty becomes magic. See? Nothing useless about it. Looks like my fists are making it through. Guard your arm, old guy. Seems I have to get a little more serious. It appears it is as you said. In this world, nothing is useless. Battler would like to disagree. Battler really would like to disagree with that statement. That's right. If you give up because something's useless, that's when your life ends. Yeah, okay, that's why Battler's goated. He sees that it's useless, he still fights. He's so cool. Battler is still my goat. You'll get through. You can be sure of that. Okay, genuine question. Genuine question. In the stage play of Umineko, do they start pulling karate moves? You'll start doing capoeira and like fucking the portals fall from the sky and shit. Does that happen in the stage play? Or are they cowards? There are fight scenes. Okay. I'm not getting that far yet, so I don't know. I see. Okay. Okay, good to know, good to know. I'm an idiot, so this is the only way I can live. Okay, they're really well done. Okay, so I was going to mock them for it, but if they're really well done, then I can just congratulate them then. I was told to watch a stage play, so I think I might actually do that. When I finish Umineko. I'm sure I'll be able to teach Canon about a new world someday. So I'm not gonna lose heart in a place like this. I'll definitely defeat you and save everyone. Damn! Got this summer open a hole. Frustrated. Repeating is useless effort to somehow open a hole between the metal bars. Useless. Nothing is useless. There's nothing. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. The lookout goats who had been swallowed up by those black pitfalls and disappeared. That was their once-in-a-lifetime chance. It was their only chance to break the bars. Stop it! It's impossible, Cross. There's nothing you can do, rabbit hands. Let's look for tools, don't waste time on the impossible. If you give up because it's useless, then it's all over. That's what my daughter said. Even if my body won't fit, as long as a small person like Shannon or Cannon can make it through. Now that we've reached this point, action is more important than racking our brains. Let's work together. I'll do it too. Cannon, you're a boy, aren't you? I'll lend a hand. Cannon? I hate Cannon. You ruined the music. Frost, please stand back. What? What are you planning? Okay, sister. Just one more time. Let's try struggling. Yes, I too will struggle one more time. No, not just one more time. Over and over again. Jessica's voice had reached Cannon. It certainly had permeated into his cold rock-like heart. And George's voice had reached Shannon. If the love she had shown was embodied by strength, he would have to respond in the same way. An incredible metal sound rang out. In the first flash, several metal bars were severed horizontally, and the next flash, they were severed horizontally again, causing many metal bars to clatter to the ground like bamboo shoots cut by a sword. I don't believe this. Ross, Kiri, and Nenjo didn't even have a clue what that just happened, because it didn't happen. Dr. Nanjo, which way down the corridor, Ghost mention? Oh, of course! In and to the left, in and to the left! Let's go across. Gilia will notice us at any moment now. In the world? Are you guys? We are. When Cannon hung his head and felt a little faltered, Cannon slapped his shoulder, smiled and spoke. We're human! Gilia-sama! Response from Lookout Web! It's a jailbreak! The gold gods aren't there for some reason! What? Why? It's Gap, isn't it? Picking someone else's summonings without asking. Gap! Gappa! Stopping battle regulations. Regarding permission to fire at the escapees. Do it! Kill them! Kill! Gappa! Yeah! What happened? Understood. 45, 410, prepare for sniping person combat. Ammo type, guided cluster rounds. Virgilia, escape prevention barrier if you would. Ow, ow, ow. Yes, you're right. Oh, I won't let you escape from here. Oh, bit my tongue saying gap gap. You're not good passage in front of them. Oh. Was against blocked by metal bars. The door, of course, was locked. That was no more problem for them now. It's those metal bars again. We're counting on you. Yes, Cross. Oh, that's incredible. Wonder what kind of principle it works on. I'm not interested in principles. All that matters is that you can sever the metal bars, that we can escape from here. Don't worry, Cannon, do it. Leave it to me. Cannon sliced the metal bars again with his red curved blade. It was a hard, strange noise. Metal bars only had a slight scratch. What's this? These are starting. Wrong. They're enchanted. It's one of Virgilia's magic locks.
Can you cut through it? Of course, but it will take time. We'll wait 3 minutes. After taking a deep breath and concentrating his mind, Cannon extended a red curved sword again. We knew that already, Cross. Good one, Mac. When he pressed it hard against the metal bars, sparks sprayed, almost as though he was melting through it with a burner. He has like a Swiss Army knives in his hands. Looks like we'll be able to cut it, but it will be tough. Cross, you've been targeted by the enemy. Please move back. Huh? You're sure? There's no one coming. Please get behind me. They're aiming for you. 45 data received. Lock acquired. Commencing tearing calculation, error correction. Formulating firing, chair supplemental control point calculations complete. Doubling to 410. 410 data received. Checking hazard zone, no problems. 0-0, loading 48 sub-rounds, overwhelming F and F. Got a cluster rounds, preparations complete. 45 preparations concluded. Loading guided cluster rounds. Or 10, firing. I love them. I love her, not the others. A golden arrow that sparkled gold was fired, leaving a gold tail streaming behind. He drew a curve, went through the door, through the keyhole, down the stairs, towards the underground path at full speed. Something shown! The cannon blocks his wooden arrow with his shield. Cannon, interception stance. Let's link. Gatekeeper understood. It's been a long time since I fought with you, sister. Don't screw up. Yeah, I'll be serious. Then there's no problem. Cannon stopped cutting the bars and stood in front of Shannon. Behind him, Shannon closed her eyes, concentrating her mind deep into the darkness of the underground path. A guided cluster round is a special kind of arrow, made up of 48 sub-rounds bound together. It explodes mid-flight and divides into 48 mini-arrows. The strength of each individual one is low, but it pierces through all shields and possesses a perfect wounding and killing power against personnel. And on top of that, each one of the 48 possesses autonomous guidance towards their individual targets. It's shown. It's divided. Coming guided cluster round division. 46, 47, 8, 48 sub-rounds, all rounds locked onto. Perception control, deadly to cannon. Cannon that I received. So, yeah, it's just the power of LARPing. The stronger you LARP, the stronger you are. Incredible, Misan. You can actually see all 48. It's because she loves 410 like me. It's right on interception prioritization. That's your Nissan. Of course! I don't even need to open my eyes. It's all the end holding. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, they're all holding hands together like the entire time when they're casting magic. Target on hand! It was intercepted! All 48 of them? Oh, after all, Shannon and Cannon were originally a furniture pair. They're strong when they're together. Is it gonna become a mouth ulcer or something? Come down, reload. A great updating ammo type. Precision light speed sniper rounds. Preparing for precision sniping. Sounds good. Impossible to intercept super high speed rounds. Impossible for a mere gatekeeper to defend against. Yeah. Precision sniping, roger that. Commencing collection of precision firing use data. What in the world was that just now? Don't worry, I don't have a clue either. And I noticed that we would have died if not for these two. Cannon, thanks. Go back to the metal bars. Next shot will probably be one we can't see. How can we defend against such an attack? We don't let them shoot. Cannon, initiate spirit particle combat countermeasures. At those words, Cannon closed his eyes tightly and ground his teeth. From Shannon to the center, a pressure and impact that only non-humans could perceive struck. Firing system error! No good rebooting? It's spirit wave jamming. Activate spirit particle safeguards, hurry! What are you doing? Cover your ears quickly, 45!
she was covering the wrong ears. She was supposed to cover the bunny ears. The real ears. And then see none of the pack that struck the Shifter Sisters. 0-0 and 410 crouched down, covering their ears. But 45 didn't make it in time. She stood bolt upright, her eyes rolled. Yep. Q, Q. Q, Q, Q. 45 got damaged. Her IM is busted. Ah, the noise is so horrible for me. I can't believe Shannon would do this. What the fuck? 45, 410, and 0-0. Damaged. Warning sniping posture. I came straight through the link. If we don't reboot. Reading the spirit particle sensitivity for precision sniping had backfired. We had taken the full brunt of the spirit particle shockwaves Shannon had released. And now only 45 who had been hit directly. But also 0-0 and 410 who had been linked with her were taken down. Are you okay? I'll make you some more delicious black tea later, so get hold of yourself. My apologies, sir. We're booting. Please wait several hundred seconds. All of the Shifter Sisters are falling over. They would probably get back up eventually, but it looked like it would be hard for them to return to the battle lines for a while. Furniture was able to repel weapons, if only for a moment. I see. The plot to entertain on that child truly will be filled with unexpected turns. Gurgly towards the air with a loud gesture, motioning us through opening a door. Comrades, good attendance. It's time to work. Catch and kill the escapees. Courses are fine. We can just revive them anyway. I mean, you can't. You don't have the endless magic anymore. Wasn't like that the point of you being the predecessor? That you lost the endless magic? Or was that a lie during episode 3? I guess that was a lie during episode 3 to justify Beatrice, like, you know, dying in quotation mark, and her eyes still being able to float in midair. She was just using the endless magic on herself the entire time to give the illusion to Evatrice that she had a chance of winning. Gold-colored door opened in the air, and countless giant goats with muscular bodies picked their face out. Now hurry! There are 5 escapees, so the fastest 5 of you win. There will be a wonderful prize, so give it your all. Give it your all! Virgilia clapped her hands, urging them on. A prize? They're facing each other at those words. The goats all rushed to the door at once, trying to get out, making the exit as packed as the 2 Zyres and Yamanote rail lines in the morning. Each wanted to get out first, and none of them could get out. Virgilia held her head in frustration. Yeah, you're stupid. But at that time, Cannon managed to cut enough bars to make a crack that could be slit through. It had been a bit of a work for Cross, large as he was. Rude. And then Joe, with his lethal waste. The fuck is a lethal waste? But so, they all managed to make it through. But after they did, they only had a couple seconds to be relieved. Immediately, another set of metal bars blocked the way in front of them. They certainly is secure, but they really didn't want the people in here to escape. And I'm sorry, but I'll have to ask you again. Maybe tough, but please! Kilobud. Oh, that's it, he has a fat ass. Like a slash positive. Set on Cannon's forehead. You could tell even at the glance that cutting the metal bars, which had been made even more solid by magic, had physically exhausted him. Yes, leave it to me, Cross. Only you can do it. Please, we're counting on you. Only he could do it. Only holding tightly onto those words, Cannon concentrated his mind once again and set himself to the task of cutting metal bars again. And then they cut through those bars, round the corner, and there's 5 more gates. Enemies are coming from behind, multiple targets. Yeah, this time even we can tell. The ground's really shaking. Can't think that some ridiculous monsters are rushing at us. Don't worry, I'll use magic lock to make a blockhead as the metal bars just came through. Mere goats won't be able to break it. Then an elder hands out towards the metal bar they had gone through. She stopped right away. What is it? Virgilia started neutralizing the spirit wave jamming. It will be bad if it's broken, and we'll lose the initiative once the Shifter Sisters are rebooted. I'll make you pay in full for bullying these cute bunnies. True, same for like only 410 though. If you're trying to get the advantage with those clear spirit particle of yours, I'll tear all that away and rob you of them. Nissan, concentrate on the spirit wave jamming. The gap in those metal bars is too narrow for those boats. I should hold them back for a while. Well, I'm true what you're saying, but I know it's something pretty bad. He picked up a metal bar that Cannon had just cut. Russ had no weapons, but he rubbed his fist as the two of them glared into the depths of the underground passage, where the shaking was coming from. I believe these are the final metal bars blocking the way. How is it to mention from here? Quite a walk. The path is even, but I seem to remember walking for 30 minutes. So if we're in all out, it will be at that time. They couldn't tell for sure, since they didn't have this three-sided mirror. There was no guarantee that George and Shika would still be alright against demon opponents after all this time. If we run at twice the speed of walking, it would be 10 minutes. And twice that speed would make it 8 minutes. And it's spread all out at double that speed. It won't even take 5. No problem. What an unreasonable calculation. But that's all you calculate in the fire. My sincere apologies, everyone. Please watch my back. Leave it to us. Cannon, you cut the bars as fast as you can. Cannon, you concentrate on jamming this witch girl Virgilia or whatever. Kiri and I will defend against our pursuers. Then the roars of beasts rang out from the darkness, and several fiery glowing bright red eyes appeared. Ghosts that were several levels more massive than the gods were rushing with incredible force. The tremors they created were almost like an earthquake. It brought a frightening intensity and terror, but Kiri actually laughed with relief. Those massive bodies wouldn't be able to go through the crack in the bars. I love the super big one that instantly turns into super small right there. A group of goats crashed into the metal bars with a fierce sound like that of a train collecting with their dead. Clumps of dirt fell here and there from the ceiling, and you could tell that the metal bars had been bent as if collapsing. Its charging power probably was on par with a train. Yes, the random PS3 sprites are killing me. If the metal bars hadn't been there, they would likely have been overwhelmed, so 5 of them, and crushed them in an instant. When the group of goats pressing up against the metal bars noticed the 5 people right in front of them, they got a terrible owl. Hey! Shut up! Trying to intimidate the 5. Where's my sprite? Why am I not there? What the fuck? Or maybe that was out of pain from a game of push and shove. One calm goat among them figured out what should be done about the metal bars, then grabbed 2 of them with his massive arms, and began bending them as to opening double doors. He sharply shabbed their metal pole at that goat's vitals. The goat let out a roar of anguish. I probably heard a lot, but that was all. Wasn't enough to bring it down. Cross! Still holding the metal pole she had stuck out, he relinquished the opposite tip to Cross. Cross ran there with all his might, jumped up, and kicked down with all his weight, kicking power combined. Wait, so am I imagining this right? It did here's the goat, right? Behind the bars, right? That's the bars, right there. Here is the pole he was struck with. And then you have Riddle right here. No, Cross, sorry. Cross is right here, right? Significantly smaller, but still pretty strong. He rushes forward at the speed of light. Then he does a somersault. Right? Into a double kick. Like this. That Stama pushes forward. This is what you're telling me. Right? He had his legs right here. His legs weren't like this. They were like this, right? Hey, drop kick into the pole. That's what I'm saying, but he did the somersault first because that's cool. Right? That's the important part right here. There we go. I just wanted to be sure of this. But glad we agree. Oh, the destructive power is focused on a single pull, drilling it in. ain't interested in principles, it just works.
Are you okay? Please don't grab the affected area. I'll prescribe some medicine later. Take care!
As the code would take in a pile bunker to its vitals arrived with Terriers, it nodded his head.
Like, oh, Link is with that bad Eber? Oh, Lucy, Shannon, and Cannon. Naturally, for a loving family like us. We can do it if we take them together. Next, that one on the right. Understood. You really are a good wife. Yeah, Rudolph must have grumbled a little too much. Oh, tell me about it later. Rudolph suddenly turning pale in heaven won't do you any good, okay? The goat's massive bodies were buried in rose bushes. Even taking into account that a leg's power is 3 times that of an arm's, this strength surpassed common sense. You'd think that those massive bodies had been kicked in the shin and flown through the air. It was too fierce! Even George seemed a little surprised. You think that my kick wore some monsters too? There's the shock? Because of the counter-attack style barrier. The attacking power that grazes you is added onto your own. Your kick has been supplanted by this monster's superhuman strength. Oh, I don't really get it. Isn't that just perfect for me? No matter who attacks me, they should be prepared for a counter-attack of equal measure. Non-aggressive defense. That's my policy. That's why Gap couldn't easily touch him. The counter-attack style barrier had no defensive power. However, because of its countering ability, it could be useful in defense, making the opponent hesitate to attack. The goats had been foolish and so had attacked without worrying. But the second effect had worked in full against Gap. This guy is really a dull. When your power is even, it always an advantage to have a smaller build. He lightly dodged the log-like arms. When those arms touched the barrier that rotated George, they let off a strong red light. The tip of the counter-attacking foot would then gain the same sparkle, and the superhuman power of the goat added to its own. The gun goat fell forward and floated in the air for a second. I swear to God, this is fucking insane. Then George's next round-out kick missed right over the falling goat's head. For an instant, the goat hoped it might get away with its life. But no! The eel was dropped into the back of its head and was forced to kiss the ground. Going from a high roundhouse kick into a nary shaggy is pretty basic, right? Works pretty well every now and then. This guy's a problem. Seriously, a problem? What do you mean demons? What do you mean witches? The rulers of our Kojima, the Shiroya family. I'll make you physically aware of that. You! The only way to finish off George now that his body was wrapped up in the counter-attack style barrier. To deny him a chance to counter-attack. Nothing to do but suck him into the abyss next, and kick and drop him, kick and drop him, kick and drop him, until she kicked him to death. But George had already completely seen through the faint warning signs that told of the appearance of Gap's pitfalls. If he could jump over the next pitfall, then this time, he would probably pulverize Gap's head with his whirlwind-like kick without holding back in the slightest. No. I hate... Okay, they just spoiled it. He's gonna fail. He's gonna fail, and that's when he dies. It's gonna be the same for Jessica. She's gonna fail, and that's when she dies. Just as he'd been done to his parents. It's a conditional tense. I was able to envision that scene vividly. Gap hated Kinzo more than ever for calling her out to this ridiculous island. And with the Runaway held out a shield, he finally started using his hands. But a more powerful shield. He wouldn't be able to block Jessica's fists anymore. Jessica's fist grew the more she fought. The permanent upgrade had already grown several times. And those fists had also been given an impact upgrade, a piercing upgrade, a speed upgrade, making them fists worthy to fight on par with a demon. What's wrong? Starting to get tired? You're getting all slow! No. Movements and thoughts and kinetic vision have been rapidly enchanted. My movements have not changed from the beginning. Your movements are beginning to catch up to me. And you still won't fight back? This is my style. However, I cannot allow it to continue at this rate. Like, got him roguelike. It's about time for me to get serious and end this. One of his face turned into an expression he hadn't shown before. was full of respect for Jessica in a truly demonic way. Because it was an expression he only showed for enemies who made him get serious. What's that? With a gesture of his whole body that you couldn't call elegant, Renobe held out a shield with all his strength, a shield the size and thickness of a wall. It was more tenacious than a simple shield. It literally was a wall. And on top of that, with all of Renobe's magical power, it put Jessica back bit by bit. He had planned on pushing her back against the wall and crushing her to death. Jessica tried to break the wall with both fists, but it was solid. And that, without any exaggeration, it was solid. Is this what you call serious? No problem, I'll break right through it. I will not let you this time. This wall is somewhat different. Here, allow me to inch it as well. Renobe made the magic sign almost like a ninja. The wall glowed red for just an instant, and some kind of ominous power dwelt within it. Jessica was able to recognize that almost immediately with her body. Yeah, just create a wall crusher. People don't think of that. Every time her fist hit the wall, the painless to glass fragments that Catherine hit all over her body rebounded against her. I upgraded it with attack reactive armor, an exceptional item that will decrease the force of attacks by counterbalancing them, and which can counterattack with reactive fragments. It's perfectly fine to keep punching it, but doing so will damage you as well. In short, it's an dangerous tense between me and your wall. No problem. Will you fall to your knees first or be pushed into the wall first? Allow me to have served. Except I might break through it and smash the whole wall over your face, right? What shit? Without hesitation, Jessica punched with using both fists. Each time she did, a large amount of shards scattered, torturing her entire body. Instantly, several red gashes appeared all over her. She grimaced at the intense agony, but her eyes were burning with fighting spirit, and her lips curved in a grin that stood in sharp contrast to the pain. Are you done yet? Fine. But the metal bars blocking them don't seem to be. Just a little more. There's no stopping these guys. These metal bars might break just from them shoving each other. The group of goats made the metal bars creak. Several arms grabbed the bar, twisting them with superhuman strength. However, some bars are being pulled in opposite directions by different ends. Apparently they really were stupid. The way those countless grabbed the metal bars sometimes happened to match up by chance. Several hands grasping two metal bars neatly put their power together and pulled the bars to the left and right. Incredible sound of metal bending could be heard, and that crack was getting larger bit by bit. They attacked the arms of those goats one by one, but they weren't getting anywhere. They couldn't stop the gap from straining left and right. At that time, there was a loud metal sound behind them. Cannon finally finished cutting. Quickly! Kiri, ladies first. You go next, Dr. Nenjo. Please leave this place to me. This is... Cannon's red sword that cut the metal bars disappeared. Sorry, Verted Virgilia-sama's spirit particle area of influence. Her magical power has been neutralized. Oh, they resist me this far. I, who was called the Great Witch. You can no longer use your magic in the underground passage. Magic Circle drew up a complex magic formula with Virgilia at the center. It's a genuine magic being used. China's power couldn't even compete. I mean, yeah, sure, but like, that does mean that the Shisu rabbits can't fight anymore. On the contrary, it was surprising that she had withstood as long as she had. Spirit particle supremacy answered. Come, Shisu sisters, it's your turn now, right? What, are you still rebooting? Kiss these days so bad I'm waking up. My apologies, we're all different versions. Why did the shortcut and pull down menus get all screwed up every time you change versions, yeah? You did not shut down correctly last time? Administrator privileges? What's going on? I don't know! She's running on Linux. Oh my god. She's running on Linux. Oh, that makes so much sense. You. Fix me quickly, one. Oh, the Imperial God's troubleshooting team. What? You can't help us without a user. $45 at the user code, yeah? Oh my god, the Windows 8.1. Oh, that makes so much sense. Just sounds like 9999 Japanese to me. But write it on some paper. She don't read Sora Aimi, so she don't write characters yet. You take your time fixing yourselves. I'm going. Sorry. The narrow underground passage was packed with goats, truly like a commuter train in the morning. Virgilia was again shocked by the congestion. What are you doing? Huh? You want to go first because you want the prize? You're getting in each other's way because you don't want the other goats to steal the prize from you? You stupid goats! I'm going to make way! What? You don't want to? Virgilia is trying to steal your prize? Why are you all standing arm in arm? Tight cramp. When did it become a goat Sonic car? Oh, this is peak. This is peak. Yo, that kid who just touched my butt. Got up at the next station. Now what's with you? Come this way, you say? The fighting cross group dashed through the passageway with all of their strength. They couldn't dawdle around in an underground place like this. They had to quickly join up with the children on the surface. If they could meet up, there would no longer be any more sorrow. I can't wait for the inexplicable, like, music cut, and something terrible happens. At that time, a terrible rumble started chasing them. Their pursuers finally made it through the metal bars. But they couldn't see anyone when they turned around. However, that rumble in the dirt that fell here and there from the ceiling grew closer and closer, finally catching up with them and even going past them. It felt almost like being chased by ghosts. For a second, they thought they'd gotten away, until the ceiling in front of them fell in, and a single goat stood in their path. Virgilia was sitting on its shoulder. This is why Charles knew a shortcut. What a good kid! You get a first prize! Later, you can have some handmade mackerel curry. Maybe it really was happy about the dubious prize. The massive goat showed its joy by putting its hands together and raving. Virgilia leapt down, laughing that this time it was finally checkmate. Damn, it's no use. Oh, magic has been completely killed. I'm just picturing, like, Virgilia only worrying about Kennen and Shannon. And, like, she looks at Kennen and Shannon like, oh, you guys can't do anything anymore. And then to the side, this fucking cross rushing in for a fucking drop kick directly to her head. Like, she turned around. Blackout. It's Cross's souls. Even without magic, we still have these bodies. Don't be ridiculous. There's no way you can fight a monster like that without that strange power. Stay back, children. I'll do something about this to escape past the sides of that monster while I distract them. I won't let you. What about Nanjo's little waist? Yeah, he should do like a, you know, some dance thing, like just bump his waist around. Should kill. When Virgilia clapped her hands, a purple magic circle wall appeared behind her, killing even a faint hope that Cross had been betting on. Is there nothing more to be done? No, not yet! I'm a Jessica thought. I must do so as well. Are you serious? That's not possible. Not against that massive monster. That would be absurd. Cross, let's think of another way. If you think of something, say it. Until then, looks like I'll have to manage something. Come on, get back. Take care. My Cross, you intend to fight this child alone? We never know. In a fight, it's always possible to get in a lucky shot. Is he gonna gamble him? The serial loser? Being genuine even with a fluke? Allow me to explain so that even one who's so blissfully unaware of his place can understand. What?
Oh, if you were to wield 100% of your strength, your power level is at most 6. In comparison, this shot is a power level of actual power scaling. Holy shit. In short, if there were 100 of you definitely couldn't win. And then, Cross just like charges up in anger. Unleashes like his dumb expansion, pure gambling. She's guaranteed to lose, but like he doesn't care. And his level goes above 9,000. And Virgil looks in shock and yells. Oh, there's should have ever uncertain elements in the fight. What is that 1 at the bottom? Let's admit that your power level is a slight scaling factor to it. But even so, just of defeating that child is perhaps 0.00001%. Here. Do you understand? You don't even have a 1 in 10,000 chance of victory. 3. Oh ho ho! Logia and the goat got fought together. Damn it. If I got a 1 in 10,000 chance, that means the payoff will be 10,000 times greater, right? A splendid dark horse. Seeing a ticket like that makes me want to buy it right away. The coin to buy it is your life, and you're only one of those, yes? However, I can understand why you still want to entrust that miracle to fate. I'm waiting for 4. Therefore, I shall praise your courage for standing against us without fear, and give you a bit of a handicap. 4. The child will fight with only his left arm. 5. Or even so, I have absolutely no intention of losing to you. 6. To think of it, what's that bing bong noise I keep hearing? Very well, I'll take that challenge. Whether it uses its left arms or not, I'm sure I'd be killed with a single strike. I also have only a single chance at that strike. I can only bet everything on that. So that's a straight across? I know you used to do boxing, but wasn't that as far back as your college days? Oh no, even if you were a pro boxer, there's no way you could defeat the monster like that with 1 strike. Don't be true if it were a match in the ring. While Cross chance to bet on this hope is faint. It does exist. He's betting everything on that hope. You're insane. But there's no way that would work out. Cross. Is he gonna prepare for like a punch in the balls? Is that his plan? He's just gonna punch him in his balls right there. Instantly incapacitated him. Ooh, this was a single strike. Shallow. I know what you're after. The swing between the two of them is more than 10 meters. If the goat and Cross both step in with all their strength to settle the fight with a single blow, their power will be double what is normal. Both will crush together. So it's a relative 4 times normal. Even if on top of that, the strike lands on a weak point for a critical hit, that will only double the power again. In short, Cross's maximum power levels of 6 times 8 would be 48 at the most. He might or might not be able to win if you repeated that lucky shot a full 20 times. If you're killed every time you take a hit and your damage still accumulates? Let's see. Perhaps you might finally win when you get to episode 24, yes. I do want to see. I do want to like note that down for the future. Oops. You know, only this series could stretch on so long. Either way, you don't even have a slight chance of victory. 7. Hey, seriously, what is that big bong sound? Maybe bet everything on a single strike. You have no reason to hold back either, Gotkun. Come at me seriously. You're guessing that you go all out, smash them with a single serious strike, and tear him into chunks of meat. As the goat got excited and beat its chest over and over, he took a position as to preparing for a sprint. Is this what you wanted? Bet your hopes on the greatest limits of your power level? And despair when even that gets you nowhere? You wouldn't want 24 episodes of that. True. 8. It rang again. What the heck? It's really starting to get on my nerves. Here I go. Ready? The goat howled in response, and with much timing that only the men confronting each other could comprehend. The two leapt forward like bullets shot out of a gun. The men howled, collecting the strength from all of their bodies into one arm each. The goat's fiery glowing eyes clearly locked onto Cross's face. I could perfectly see a vision of when he would step forwards, when he would punch through Cross and blow him away, and when he would win perfectly. 9. The long painful days up to that point drifted through the goat's mind. 10. Those painful days of training when the senpais had picked on him. She's gonna eat me! 11. Don't let them leave this to me. Those faint glimpses of the form Koteri senpais fell for him. There's no way. We're getting the fucking backstory. 12. And the joy of that day inspired me in the knowledge when he'd be accepted as one of the comrades. Sorry to keep you waiting. You guys, what are you doing here? Little girl. 13. Never showed proper respect to my parents. 14. That's right. Didn't I plan to wash my hands of this business when this job was over? Enter to my hometown? Yeah, very Yakuza. They're just Yakuza. They absolutely are Yakuza. That's what I was thinking, like, right? People like this, they're gonna be iron hands. And that's why they're stupid like this. There we go. We've crossed as a pro tag with the goats from the Virgilia clan. Oh my god, you're right! You're right! You're so right! You're so right! I need a shin. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. He's literally Kiryu. Where does it fit? Where does it fit? Yeah, that's fucking pissing me off. Where does it fit? He has the same red shirt and a collar around the neck, right? Like, oh my god. It's pissing me off. 15. I'm sorry, little goat sister. You're in China always cause you so much trouble. 16. And I actually have a childhood friend. And I'm gonna marry her when I get home. 18, 18, 19. Yeah, no! Stop tripping all those loser flags! You gotta do that punch! Touch it! In the instant before the two crashed and their punches crossed. You fool, Virgilia! Looks like you failed to make a calm and rational decision. You mustn't take that punch! Knock it aside! At the instant, the goat's left straight and crossed, his right straight crossed. The goat obeyed Virgilia's order, super fast reflexes, and pulled his straight back, repelling Cross's punch. That's right, Virgilia's decision probably had been wise. After all, the number of loser flags amplifies the power level of what's up with it. There's no way they just dropped that. There's no way. Oh my god. This is fucking wonderful. What's a good spot for it? I think right here. At the sole of his shoes. His magic power. His magic power is all about like how much of a loser you are. If you're more of a loser than him, you lose. Which is very hard to do. If you had taken that punch after tripping so many loser flags, it had just shown how much a great force it would have been amplified to.
Come on, from there, smash it completely open the right side of his face with a right straight. What? That promise about fighting with only your left arm? Oh, that promise is meant to be broken. Denon. 20. Yeah, tripped another one. I'm disappointed, Virgilia. You already have lost your composure. What's that? What was I not composed by noticing it beforehand and making me avoid it? Why is that, Kiri? Maybe I crashed like that. Wouldn't have been crosses. Ah, I see. You've been going to lose the flags. That's not enough. Crosses and double goats. Double rush made for ×4. The miracle is with a miracle and an eye. The firm promise of a critical hit doubled it again for ×8. On top of that, there was an implication ×20 equals the number of loser flags, making for ×160. At a glance, that was an incredible implication, but even so, Cross's power level was 6. Even multiplied by 160, it only made for a power level of 960. Just barely below the goat's 1000. That's why I said you weren't composed. It's your blunder. If I had crashed like that, you would have won. Therefore, so it all comes to the same thing. It was a right straight smashes across his head. Are you sure me across? Like this, the strongest strike of the boxing world. After repelling Cross's right straight, we go straight, attack the right side of Cross's face, which had been left open. It crossed Cross's left straight. The 2 punches crossed, and time stopped as each aimed for the face of the other. Good thing that would be time for a simultaneous strike. She's gonna drop a loser flag. Its power level steps at 160, making it 960. It's very shifted by Charles 1000. No, Virgilia, it's your loss. Why? You made him repel the first cross counter. Definitely, but never right straight after that were to hit. Cross would probably be in pisses. But that was crossed. That's not good. Sorry, but this is a complete loss for you and this goat. A cross counter has 4 times the destructive power of a normal punch. This is common knowledge in the boxing world. If it's blocked and right straight hits, then it's a double cross counter, with 8 times the destructive power. It is also common knowledge in the boxing world. If that is crossed, then the principle of leverage, the triple cross multiplies the destructive power by 12. This is also painfully common knowledge in the boxing world. Is there a written in a Min-Mei Shobu book? Cross's span power level is 6. Rushing from both sides is ×4. The critical hit is ×8. And ×160 for tripping too many loser flags. ×12. Again, triple cross counter. There's no way that all of these adults are just standing there commanding this fight that way. You just imagine this IRL, like 2 people fighting and just commenting about loser flags and multiplication. There's 1,920. His power is over 9,000! Cross's sponge now had the power to easily win the first Tenkashi Budokai. This result was brought about by Cross is persistent and not giving up on victory until the end. And your pride. What about here? This strength would not exist. You fought well. You may not fall. Andrew clapped the goat on the shoulder. Here, Oni-chan, give it his all. As a sparkling drop from the goat's eye scattered, he bent backwards and fell on Virgilia. You! Hey, get off me! Absolutely serious family drama, by the way. This is peak. I don't know what you mean, this is peak. The goat's massive body was too heavy for the slender Virgilia. They wiggled around with it on top of her, but it didn't look like she would be able to escape. In an instant, the barrier Virgilia had sealed broke. Don't take it personally. There was a principle of leverage that led to your defeat. Well, there is a principle of leverage applied to that counter. It's an eternal mystery. Let's escape when we can. You take care too, Goat-san. Then excuse us, Virgilia. Cory. Wait up! Get this off me! Get it. After that, there was nothing to block their way. They run instantly through the underground passage. Yeah, now this is peak. I want to finish this chapter all along till the end of the chapter. All along. If it's like still 30 hours, I want to know. Yeah, it's finally been cornered with the wall at her back. It is so funny. A fair bit. How long do you think that would take me? I guess we did see... But you're close. It's been... It's 3 hours 40. We're gonna go into 1 AM. We're gonna go until like it's 4 AM. I'm gonna... Yeah, I can't go longer than 1 AM. Jessica has finally been cornered, with the wall at her back. Renové advanced with his magic circle wall bit by bit, and probably crush her against the wall eventually. I mean, wouldn't that be like the perfect cliffhanger for me? Well, you guys already know. Not Mac. But you guys already know. But I don't. So that would be a good cliffhanger right here. Right? The others escaped, but I'm not certain that they'll reach the others. Jessica looks like she's in trouble. You could just stop here. It's your choice, guys. I'll take the first reply that comes up. I'll take the first reply that comes up, like right now. Right? 5 to 10 minutes is a good stopping point. Okay, let's continue then. Jessica has finally been cornered with the wall at the back. Renové advanced to his magic circle wall bit by bit, and probably crush her against the other wall eventually. Gotta go in 15 either way. Yeah, same. That's the reason why. Considering the distance, she threw out her fists. This would be a final strike. Jessica dealt out many punches so far. The wall wasn't invincible. It already started to crack. It would be strange, right, to smash at any moment. However, due to the rebounding damage, Jessica saw cuts all over her body and was also worn out. Please put a stop to this. I don't intend to crush you. It is up to the master to decide how to deal with you. However, also intend to congratulate you especially for your good fight. Quit fucking around! Not yet. It isn't over yet. You have wounds all over your body. It's all you can manage just to stand, is it not? Is your plan on putting all your strength into this final strike? However, the final strike will be fatal for you. Damage reflected by Renové's magic circle wall was proportional to the strength of the attack. This guy's all-out punch would be bounced back onto her. The more all-out she went, the more suicidal it would be for Jessica. I get it. I know that. I am warning you. Stop this now. This is for your own good. Stop bluffing. Your wall's already about to break, right? I can tell by the feel of it after punching it so much, okay? That was a fact. Renové's wall was already on the verge of breaking. And on top of that, Jessica's fist had been imbued with an unmagical power. By now, the destructive strength defied the imagination. In the worst case, that destructive power might even pierce the defensive wall, smash Renové as well, and create an expansion connecting this room to the next. However, that damage would rebound on Jessica as well. She wouldn't escape unarmed. I'll say it just one more time. Stop. I say this out of consideration for you. Shut the fuck up. Prepare yourself. God, thank you. Putting all the strength of her greatest and final destructive power into her fist, she roared. Never mind, okay, it was good to continue. The 3 goats had been beaten down long ago. Without strength to breathe in the slightest, George cautiously closed the distance between him and Gap. He was after her. He was planning on bringing her down with a single strike. Gap was also aiming for a single strike. If he let that strength slide, she would be killed this time. You're going to use pitfalls. Even the tiny opening during the time it took to open the hole would prove fatal if George is an opponent right now. Gap cautiously calculated the distance and timing. But even as she did, George closed the gap between the... If you won't come, I will.
行くよ。
Go ahead. There's no point in cheap tricks anymore. I'll settle it with this kick of mine. For an instant, he thought George's bloody blurred. But only his jacket was flying in the air. You kidding me? Don't do that. The moment she thought, darkness covered the gap. George, whose heel swung up high, was attacking from the sky like a massive dragon. It worked! This is my victory, George! What? Gap opened a vast pitfall with her in the center, starting up George along with herself. The two were swallowed up by this pitfall and spotted from the ceiling of the arbor. That was what Gap had been after, so she alone led it lightly. There was another pitfall in George's landing spot, like a dragon. Yeah, this is all Yakuza. This is literally Yakuza. She got shy here, Michelle George. It was fun, so die. You show me how wet shit when you've wasted on the likes of you, so I'll finish you right here, right now. George once again fell from the ceiling of the arbor. A probably brain dropped the same distance as falling off the roof of a two-story building. In the sky, he couldn't control his posture in any way. It was impossible to resist, or defend, or avoid. As Gap spun like a whirlwind, she concentrated all of her energy on the sharp tip of her stiletto heel. He saw the battler's aura theme. Yeah, no, he's big fucking awesome. This was a final strike. Form his requiem. It was the final strike of the queen bee that would bore into heaven, knocking him down into the true abyss. Welcome to the abyss! This is the end of the line for you! She closed in on the prey and stuck her foot up into the sky. At that time, she showed George's face. Even though he was in midair, he was calmly adjusting his glasses with the middle finger. Right, no fucking way. Shot went from furious to just jerk. Hey, what do you mean? It's always been like this. You don't see it. Dude, you never see, like, look up the episode 3 and 2. I think episode 2, like, the middle of it, the bottom of it, was like all serious, and then the top right and top left are just like complete bullshit. Okay, I accidentally closed the music. Okay, let's keep reading. And his posture was still preserved as that of an axe kick. With the faintest deviation, he aimed for Gap's forehead. I had already prophesied that this move would come up. I analyzed your moves, and I saw that this was your next move. You lose. What? If I jumped to make the person on the ground place my heel, my posture would have collapsed long ago. However, my posture hasn't collapsed in the slightest. Do you know why? You don't mean. From the very beginning, I aim to make a person 2 stories below takes my heel. It's your loss, miss. Oh, that's a good face. Take this! Final struggle person Jessica raised. Reach the wall. And this is when we stop the stream. The most cliffhanger moment of the entire game. And was sucked in. It was sucked into a black large hole that has suddenly opened on the wall. Well, I did tell you to stop. Are you kidding me? This is...
I should have stopped there. That would have been so funny if I stopped there. I knew it would happen. Anyways, actually, I wasn't even close to being in a pinch. Sorry. Jessica's fist had gone for George's stomach, and George's axe kick had lined up on Jessica's head. Shocking destructive power imbued in Jessica's fist crushed George's organ and scattered his abdomen. In the same manner. Same destructive power in George's axe kick smashed half of Jessica's head and scattered its contents in the same manner. Gonna tell you about a witch's acting powers. Hey, Bito, what do you think? Were you watching? Giggle, giggle, giggle. Not bad, just as planned. You really do get it, Gap. Bito and Gap casually high-five each other. Hi again, Butler. Thanks, Renove. It was a gift. I returned Jessica's corpse. Separate the corpses the two are close. Does this mean the second try is over? Oh, this is more. True. Banger first time chat. Welcome, Arcos. Oh my god. Gap dropped Jessica's corpse through a pitfall, and all the chunks were thrown into Jessica's rooms, as carelessly as throwing something into the trash. Jessica's corpse and lumps of flesh fell from the ceiling and poured out all over the room. Renove shook his head slightly at this gruesome change of scenery. Yeah, the power scaling level is extremely important here. My apologies, Jessica. I did warn you. However, the two out of us were demons. Is foreseeing this conclusion and giving you advice I knew you wouldn't listen to. Please, this isn't something a human could understand. It really was fun, kid, but you play with words a bit too much. Maybe it's about time I started fighting back. Really the best you've got. Wait, was that the line he dropped? Was that the line you dropped? Like, that did the big bong? I didn't catch the line that did the big bong. Are you trying to be something from a light novel or something? In the arbor, brutally decorated by George's and Jessica's cat blood and guts. Gap enjoyed the loud laugh for a while, but she realized that, in all seriousness, he was a little too thiefly and undignified, and she snapped her fingers. As she did, a cloud of gold butterflies rose up around her, stuck to each of the bits and blood stains, and dropped them. Then George's corpses returned bit by bit. The brutal corpse with its guts turned out was repaired into a clean corpse that looked like it was sleeping. Like far over 4 or 5 sentences or so. Okay. Which is some act of sportsmanship towards a dead rival. The heavens were split, because Gap had lifted her leg high, pointing at the sky. Thank you, Rockets, for the follow. Very appreciated. I'm glad you enjoyed the tree. See you, lover boy. This is game over for real. And I assume that's here, right? Splat. Without trace of mercy, that footstep down, I was buried into George's forehead. Did it to yield as sharp as a weapon, pierced George's forehead. The bloop was pulled out. It was like a mark proving that Gap certainly had finished him by our own hand. Yeah, radio. I'm using the stream as a refresher. If you want a refresher on like everything that happened, I cannot recommend enough that you look up my charts, right? I made a few charts of the series, right? That just encapsulate everything that's happening and just make sure that we don't miss out on any detail. So they're very comprehensive and very full of info. That might be good for you, right? Let me show you. There's a bit of info around here, right? If you just like pause and look at it real quick, you should be able to like read all of that. Right? I made one for like episode 1, 2, 3, and 4, so you know. Shut up, insane. No, what do you mean? They're perfectly fine. Like, look at the episode 3. Episode 3 is completed, so you know it's good, right? This is what good shotting looks like. This is a fucking mess of red proof, by the way. Like, as I said, this is just jokes. At the top left and then to the right, this is just like theories. There's much more jokes in episode 4, though. There's much more many around the place. Also, I still think that Evatrice is like the worst fucking thing. She made me stop Umineko unironically. She made me stop Umineko and pisses me off. She does fit Awakasaga Ime. No, that's the wrong one. Whatever. The 19th person. I completely forgot what the cookie was. I don't remember what the cookie is. What the fuck did I mean by this? What the fuck did I mean by this? Oh, Impel Raven. The cookie was about that. Oh. Right. The fact that I somehow forget what I put in my own shot is like worrying to some degree. She's right behind me, isn't she? Yeah, as I said, I've already figured out episode 2, like entirely, right? As you can see by all like these words everywhere and like all this theorizing that I did, you can tell that this is like a man who's figured it out in like first try. Easy as hell. Easy. You know, I wish people were like on my level of genius, right? But it's odd for people to reach that. It's really odd. People just don't get it. They just don't. It reminds me. Wait. I barely remember the answer arc. I've not read the answer arc yet, so. Wait, give me a second. I gotta get it. It's so good. If you want to read it, it's right here. I come here to ask our fellow-minded man about a problem I've encountered. Wait, let me pull it on screen. Because this is like my favorite fucking Reddit post ever. Where is it? Where's Google? Right here. There you go. But why are you translating it? Shut up. What do you mean? Why are you auto-translating it? I didn't ask to okay, here we go. That post is so fucking good. My girlfriend's an RN, continuously rolls her eyes when I try to point them out, which is understandable. Don't tell me your IQ, though I way good a guess. It would be 116 from a regular IQ person, but there's a new problem. She's not correcting and making fun of me in the presence of our peers, often incorrectly citing my discoveries, and imitating me, stating them in a stupid voice while she crosses both her eyes. I become angry. I remind our peers I have an IQ of 160, but that seldom quells the laughter, as she now calls me the first member of Mensa. I rather enjoy certain things in the duel of minds, but I fear my anger and animosity stemming from this disrespect will one day lead to me striking her in the face. Do any of you have experience like this, or advice for me? It's so good. It's so good. I love that one. It's like one of my favorite posts of all time. I don't think it's better. What did I just join to? You missed out a lot. You missed out a lot. I highly suggest you watch the entire VOD because that was a lot of laugh. That was extremely funny. And there's a lot of spoilers in top right. Don't look at the top right. But yeah, the summary is that it's a Yakuza. It is a Yakuza, entirely. The Yakuza did that. Okay. We're gonna stop here for the day. You missed peak. You missed absolute peak. Like, genuinely, that was so peak. And that, it didn't last an hour. Like, those scenes lasted like 2 or 3 hours. Genuinely just watch the entire thing. It was so good. I loved that. We're gonna stop here for today. Thank you everyone for coming. That was a really fun stream. I've been waiting for this for a while. You were right. I got appreciation for his groomer style fighting, right? It was interesting to see it in action and like seeing completely beat the shit out of her. But that's about it. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for coming in the first place. Very appreciated. But yeah, George sucks, and that's the end of it. One stream turn around. Rikishi does it again. True. I still think he sucks. I still think he sucks. And I still haven't forgiven him for what he did to Maria. He's an awful person. And the game glazes him too much. But he does have some redeeming qualities. I'll give him that, okay? I'll give him that. So. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a good night. George sells. Yeah. Here we go.